It open.
Newspapers. Publishers of the Greenwich Post, New Canaan Advertiser, the Darien Times, the Ridgefield Press, the Weston Forum, the Wilton Bulletin, the Reading Pilot, the Lewisboro Ledger, the Monroe Courier, the Eastern Courier, the Trumbull Times, Fairfield Sun, Shelton Herald, the Stratford Star, the Milford Mirror, and the Valley Gazette.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com. The leader in local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut.
Next. 5, 4, 3. Next. Live.
This is your coffee break on HANradio.com.
It's Friday, July 17th, and this is your coffee break on HANradio.com and streaming on the HAN network. I'm Kate Chaplinsky with John Kovach, and if you're watching us on the live stream, you can see we're on the road again today, John. We're in New Canaan in preparation for a big annual event this weekend, the 50th anniversary.
The 50th annual New Canaan Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale. That will be tomorrow. Where we are right now, all up and down Elm Street. Kate, if you've never been to this, it really truly is a village fair atmosphere. They close Elm Street, they close part of Main Street, so it's all pedestrian traffic only, all up along where we are. You'll have games sponsored, I believe, by Carl Chevrolet in the past down at the end of the street. Walter Stortz will be set up down there. That's by the train station, by Park Street. Down here, you'll have attractions. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to spend this Friday talking to the people who make up the Village District of New Canaan and who make that Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale a truly special community event.
You know, it's always fun when we get to talk to these business people and some of the, newsmakers in town because you really learn so much. And you really see what they offer that's very unique, that makes each of these communities we visit and that we cover so unique.
New Canaan, perhaps better than any of the other towns that we visited, has fiercely protected this strip. It's a lot of local owners. It's a lot of local business owners. They've kept chains out. It's small stores. It's local people who run a business, and there are some that have been here for decades, if not over 100 years.
Yeah, so we're going to be here all afternoon. Looking forward to it. But, John, I know we had a big traffic issue this morning in Darien, right?
We certainly did, and Darien police win the internet today, or at least the Twitter version of it, with this tweet that they sent out about 3 hours ago. Attention truckers, spread the word. There is low clearance, parenthesis, 11 feet 3 inches, end parenthesis, RR Bridge, that's the railroad bridge, in Darien. It remains undefeated as it claimed the top of yet another truck about 4 hours ago. Post Road in Darien was closed. It has since reopened, but that always just gums up the Post Road in Darien, obviously, all the other side streets, I-95, it just creates a mess. Taking a look at the rest of traffic, you've got road work in Norwalk on the Merritt Parkway South. That's at exit 40A. That is Main Avenue. You have delays in Greenwich on 95 North. That's at exit 2, Doran Avenue. And I got to tell you, on a beautiful day like this, you're going to have to expect delays going north with the vacation traffic, the getaway traffic. A lot of the earlier delays have cleared. Many of them were related to that incident in Greenwich. Taking a quick look at the weather.
Hi there.
Rob's going to take a quick look at the weather.
I'm good. You didn't see my thumbs up.
I didn't see the thumbs up. I was waiting for. I figured if there was a long enough lag, I'd jump in.
Well, I tend to have that kind of lag going on, but it's all good. It's absolutely beautiful here in New Canaan as we get things started. 76 degrees, looking like it's going to be a very comfortable day. Great conditions, low threat of rain, a little bit possibly tomorrow morning as we go to set up in Ridgefield, but don't worry, we'll make everything nice and happy up in Ridgefield as well. But here in New Canaan today, just beautiful. 76 dropping down into the 60s tonight. By the way, hit the 50s last night, at least where I live.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys,
It was nice and
but
cool. I
it
loved
was.
it. Windows open, no AC on. It was great.
It was. So, as I said, 76 here, almost 77, let's call it, in New Canaan. Coffee break time and our extended coffee break time, 11:06.
All right, thanks, Rob. Well, I'm going to get to some of the headlines this morning. The Trumbull Police Department's Narcan training was put to good use Tuesday night when officers revived a 24-year-old Pound Ridge man from an apparent heroin overdose. He was in the parking lot at the Westfield Trumbull Mall. Police responded to a report of a man slumped over the center console in his car around 8 o'clock and found the victim turning blue from respiratory distress with evidence of a recent opiate injection, police said. According to the release, first responders quickly administered Narcan, an opiate antagonist that prevents accidental overdoses, and the victim showed signs of improved respirations. The man was then taken to St. Vincent's Medical Center for further evaluation. Trumbull Police Lieutenant Leonard Cinto said police found needles and 2 bags of an opiate substance they believe to be heroin. He added that the substance in the bag has yet to be tested and confirmed, but he said one of the syringes was bent from being used. There were others that were new and hadn't been used yet. In an effort to prevent accidental overdoses from opiate-based drugs, officers statewide have been receiving training in administering naloxone. Am I saying that right, John?
I believe so.
Which is commonly referred to as Narcan.
Narcan.
Narcan will temporarily reverse the depression of the respiratory system and allow the person to breathe more effectively. This has been a big topic in Trumbull lately. All the officers on patrol are carrying Narcan now. They've finished training just a few months ago, and they've already been able to save a few lives. In 1 week, they saved 2 lives, and it was right after they had finished that training.
You're seeing more and more departments trained in the use of that. The other trend that I'm seeing, because this is the second such story that we have read this week, are people using heroin in stores and restaurants in public places. We had the other day a woman in Milford who was arrested injecting heroin at the McDonald's there right off of exit 34. You have this now at the Trumbull Mall. And that's a scary, scary prospect that you could be shopping with your kids at a mall and come across a heroin overdose.
I mean, thank goodness he was, though, his car was parked in a public place because somebody saw him and was able to call police right away. But, I mean, we've been talking now for months, or about a year, about, the growing heroin epidemic. And now I think people are really starting to see it because it's in the headlines every day.
It is. It is every day we're getting this. And it's a troubling trend because, it's not like going out and having a few drinks with friends. I mean,
no, it's serious. And what's scary is it's not in cities necessarily where people think, drug concentration, that's where it is.
No.
It's actually the suburbs, and it's young kids doing it.
Scary time.
But what else is going on in the news this morning, John?
Well, Kate, we were hoping among our guests today to get New Canaan First Selectman Rob Malazzi, who I know well from my 11 years as editor here at the Advertiser. He will not make it because, well, one, he's on vacation, and two, on that vacation, unfortunately, Rob Malazzi broke his leg. He is keeping away from the office, but not from work. He's home with the leg elevated. He was transferring from a sailboat to a launch boat, he told the New Canaan Advertiser, off of Newport, Rhode Island, missed a step, hurt his leg. And then, as we all do, put off going to the doctor. It's just a sprain.
Right.
His family and friends are like, you better go get that checked. Well, he's got a broken fibula, which is the one of the long bones in the leg. So he will be in a cast while that heals, but everything's expected to be fine for New Canaan. For Selectman Rob Malazzi, we hope he's off the DL soon.
All right, John. Some news out of Monroe today. A year-long investigation into a local massage parlor by Monroe police and a state task force led to the arrest of 2 women on prostitution charges. The investigation included surveillance and undercover operations. According to police, numerous internet postings described illegal sexual activities occurring in the Monroe Healthy Massage business located at 838 Main Street, which is on Route 25 in Monroe. The police investigation corroborated that prostitution activity was taking place at this establishment, and police then obtained a search and seizure warrant for the business. On July 15th, Monroe detectives, accompanied by the statewide organized crime investigative task force and an immigrant and customs enforcement agent, executed the warrant and seized business records, about $1,000 in cash, surveillance footage from the parlor's video monitoring system, and what police described as equipment used in prostitution. Lean Song, who's 36 years old, of Queens, New York, was charged with prostitution and unlicensed practice of massage therapy. Song was held on a $1,500 court bond for July 23rd. Also, Jin Malou, 50 years old, of Flushing, New York, was charged with unlicensed practicing of massage therapy. Her bond was set at $500, also for court July 23rd. Police said the investigation will continue and detectives will attempt to use records and surveillance video to identify other possible prostitutes and patrons.
Another activity you've seen move more into the suburbs,
Yes.
particularly Bridgeport raided and was able to legally shut down a number of them that were operating in that city.
And that might be why they're moving elsewhere.
And you're seeing now
disturbing.
these raids, Norwalk, which has had problems before, but now Monroe and some of these other Dariennes had raids, Fairfield's had raids. So interesting. This is just in. I just want to get to this one real quick. This is another chicken product recall. The U.S. Department of Agriculture reports that Illinois-based Aspen Foods is recalling nearly 2 million pounds of raw frozen chicken products. There are concerns that these might be contaminated with salmonella. A link has been found between the products and 3 people in Minnesota who are infected with salmonella. The products are stuffed and breaded. They may appear cooked, but they are in fact raw, according to the USDA. The products were shipped nationwide and have the establishment number P-1358 in the USDA inspection mark. Among the brands are Kirkwood, and that is the Costco brand.
Yes, the Costco brand. That's
so
right.
that's one to keep it up. Roundy's, Safeway Kitchens, and Spartan. You can go to the USDA website for more information on that chicken recall.
All right. Well, John, we're coming up on 11:12. Rob Adams, can we throw it to you for another look at the roads and weather?
You happily can. Let's start with the weather, because that's the good news. Sunny, a high near 80 with a light and variable wind becoming south 5 to 10 this afternoon. A slight chance of showers between midnight and 3 tonight. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 a.m. with increasing clouds, a low 64 with a south wind from 5 to 10. For Saturday, as we're in Ridgefield, a chance of showers and thunderstorms before 7. Then a chance of just thunderstorms between 7 and 10, because nothing can be under a metal tent for a chance of thunderstorms. Showers and thunderstorms possibly after 10. Cloudy, a high near 79. That chance of precipitation, a solid 50%. Saturday night, more chances of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy, low 69. Sunny and hot, high 90 on Sunday. And Monday, back high near 86. Right now, in New Canaan, Connecticut, 75 degrees as we take a look now at the traffic. And things on the roads, well, we mentioned Darien. Now, what was the latest in Darien, guys? I was doing some other stuff over here.
Post Road has reopened.
Okay.
They've cleared the truck that decided to peel back the top like a can of sardines on the...
And, of course, as we revealed earlier, the railroad bridge remains undefeated. In Cromwell, Route 9 South, you've got a delay just before. You've got delays there. Road work, Old Saybrook 90, clear this soon, considering it's a busy Friday. Road work, Merritt Parkway southbound, just down the road from us at exit 40A, that's Main Avenue. And in Hartford, you've got delays on 84 eastbound at exit 46. As we said, beautiful day, 75. Let's push it up to 76 because we're benevolent. We're those kinds of people. Coffee break time, 11:14.
All right, thanks, Rob. Well, as we said, we're here live in New Canaan in preparation for the Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale this Saturday. We have a lot more news coming up and a lot of special guests. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this.
Your child has fallen and broken his arm. You need to see an orthopedist fast. Think Coastal Ortho Express in Norwalk. Don't wait hours in the ER. Save a trip and money by going straight to an orthopedic specialist at Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care in Norwalk. No appointment necessary. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, 203-845-20. Monday through Saturday in the Park Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or call 203-845-2070. Fast.
A variety of food trucks, hands-on activities, live music, a different theme every night, plus top women's tennis. It's the 2015 Connecticut Open presented by United Technologies. Be there as some of the world's best competed at the largest pro tennis event in New England. And catch famous players John McEnroe, James Blake, and more in the men's Legends event presented by PowerShare Series. It all adds up to one legendary week, August 21st through the 29th at the Connecticut Tennis Center in New Haven. Get your tickets at ctopen.org.
The long winter is finally astern. Bait is invading the harbors, coves, and inlets. Stripers, fluke, and porgies are on the move. In the streams and lakes, trout, smallmouth, largemouth, and walleye have moved out of hibernation. At the dock shop, it's all systems go. And now in two locations, 51 Tokenique Road at 609 Riverside Avenue in Westport. Bait, tackle, apparel, and of course, all the marine and nautical accessories that they're known for are ready for you at the dock shop. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Visit us at dockshop.com.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332. And online at stratfordsmile.com.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com.
Welcome back to your coffee break. We're in the next station to heaven on Elm Street in New Canaan, which this weekend will host the 50th annual Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale. Isn't it?
That's incredible. It has such a long history.
And it's always a huge event. Like I worked here for 11 years as editor of the New Canaan Advertiser, and it is truly, I mean, literally, because they close part of Main Street, they close Elm Street here. But also New Canaan stops for this. You see everyone here. Last year we were here. I hosted our radio coverage with V. Donald Hersam, Don Hersam, Chief, however you might know him. And he and I hosted the coverage and did a lot of interviews and just talked in depth about the history and how tight-knit a community this is. But it also draws such a big crowd and such such a crowd and such attention that we had politicians from both parties and they were running through the crowd down to get to our spot and get an interview before the state election, before they got on the air.
I think it's obvious that probably a lot of other communities now that have sidewalk sales are kind of emulating this one because, I mean, it has such a long history, 50 years.
Absolutely, and the difference here, and they do it in Wilton, where they're going to have theirs on Saturday as well, is that they're able here to close off downtown. New Canaan has done
Which
a tremendous...
is huge, yeah.
Right. They've kept all of the commerce, all of the retail is in this one downtown area. It hasn't spread out, and they're able, because it's off the beaten path, to close it for the better part of a day. Tree and Wall. No, I think.
They're
tough to do, and then if, God forbid, you had an incident on I-95 and you had the post road closed for sidewalk sales, you basically paralyzed southwestern Connecticut in terms of driving. Here, what they'll do is they'll close Main Street down there, just part of it. So part of Main Street will be involved, and they're getting ready here, as you probably hear in the background.
Yeah.
Forest Street will be involved, where there are restaurants such as, Gates was there for Tequila Mockingbird, some of these other places, some stores down there. Some of the stores moved to here because it's really where the action is Elm Street. You'll have the fire department will have ladders up. There'll be a big flag. It's really...
And it really adds to the festival feel when you can close down a road and people don't need to worry about traffic and crossing the street, and it's just really nice. But getting back to some news this morning, John, the Valley Indy is reporting that a speeding Mercedes flying along Pershing Drive Wednesday night lost control, hit a curb, and plowed into a mobile gas pump at the intersection of Pershing and Division in Derby. Despite the car looking like it had been in a demolition derby, the driver backed away from the wreckage and proceeded to take off up the Division Street hill toward Griffin Hospital. There were no injuries reported, nor was there a major gas spill, thank goodness. The crash happened around 11 o'clock at night Wednesday and left the Derby Central Mobile with some $25,000 in damage, according to the owner and manager there. They're asking anyone with information on the wreck to call Derby Police at 203-735-7811. And again, we have a photo up and story, and that's all from the Valley Indy.
Story we were following, and there's been some... well, if you love music, a happy resolution to that, and that is the Oakdale in Wallingford, which has been a concert hall for decades. And the owners have reached an agreement with the Wallingford Planning and Zoning. They will be able to continue to operate the Toyota Oakdale Theater as long as they do not have concerts under the dome and in the main theater at the same time. And they tell the Record Journal of Meriden that they will also be looking for a state grant to do more soundproofing on the building. Good. But it is good news that the Oakdale will be around, because a lot of people have seen a lot of great acts there.
Agreed. Well, some local New Canaan news. The town council on Wednesday night heard both sides of an argument around whether or not dogs should be allowed in the Bristow Sanctuary and Wildwood Preserve, a 16-acre town-owned parcel between Mead Park and Old Stamford Road. At the end of a discussion on the subject, the chairman of the Park and Recreation Commission, Sally Campbell, said she personally would reconsider her recommendation to ban dogs from the sanctuary, and the council decided to seek a legal opinion on the language of the property deed, which makes no mention of the word dog. The deed to the property, which was a gift to the town in 1934, states that, quote, the land so deeded shall be forever maintained as a bird sanctuary and wildwood preserve and used for no other purpose whatsoever. The public shall enjoy the free use of the property consistent with the purpose described in these conditions. Some residents are arguing that a bird sanctuary implicitly excludes dogs, and that with many places in New Canaan for dogs to be, it is reasonable to have one place free of canines. But there's a lot more on that story at ncadvertiser.com.
It's an interesting debate. It's really an interesting place. I did a story when I was still editor of the New Canaan Advertiser on it, and it's Helen and Alice Bristow, sisters. They deeded this property. It's right next to Mead Park. Actually, it butts the park. A lot of people enter it through the park. And I think that's where the dog access comes in. It's accessible either through a gate along Route 106 or through Mead Park. But at one time, I mean, there were peacocks and a number of exotic birds wandering around.
Those peacocks, they make a terrible sound, but they are pretty to look at.
They're absolutely gorgeous.
Remember our time at the Peacock Pavilion?
We had a lot of fun with them.
We did. What else is going on, John?
Kate, 2 people in Trumbull have been charged after a party with underage drinking and marijuana, according to police. Police responded to a report of a loud party at Main and Elizabeth Streets early Sunday around morning, according to a press release. Assuming apartment. Inside the apartment, officers said they found partially empty liquor bottles, beer bottles strewn throughout the kitchen. The hosts of the party, 22-year-old Dylan Winowski and 20-year-old Austin Winowski, were both issued summonses for providing minors with alcohol and creating a public disturbance. Dylan was also issued a summons for possession of a small amount of marijuana.
Thanks, John. Well, Rob, anything changing out there on the roads?
No, not really. Everything's staying pretty calm on the roads. The latest, let's see, something coming across just now. A tweet coming across that there's a 2-car crash with injuries reported on Federal Road in Danbury near Mitchell Fuel, according to a scanner. That's from Nelson Oliveira, so thanks for that tweet. So that's about the only thing new. Everything else is the same. You know, you got the delays Waterbury on 84 north, so hours is right on through.
In front of the New Canaan Playhouse. We're right in the middle of Elm Street, the heart of New Canaan, which will be alive tomorrow with the 50th annual Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale. We're going to step out for a minute. We're going to come back, and pretty soon we're going to start talking to the people that make the Village of New Canaan the special community that it is. That's as we do an expanded coffee break on HANradio.com, streaming on the Hersam Acorn Network.
It's Lots of Characters, specializing in children's birthday parties with your child's favorite characters. When you want to party hardy, when you need to celebrate, call us, we won't be late. We help create lasting memories for you and your child on their special day. Call us at 203-590-1791 or visit our website at lotsofcharacters.org for more information and to see our party packages. Lots of Characters, 203-590-1791 or online at lotsofcharacters.org.
Located in the heart of picturesque downtown Ridgefield at 13 Governor Street, Colby's is the area's premier retailer for blinds, shades, shutters, and draperies, and is one of the select few Hunter Douglas Gallery dealers. A family-owned and operated company, Colby's experienced staff will work with you in choosing the best treatments for your home or office and offer free measuring and expert installation. Colby's also carries an extensive line of decorative fabrics including Schumacher, Durley, Tebow, and more. Or browse over 400 books in our wallpaper library from famous designers such as Stroheim, Schumacher, Ralph Lauren, Tebow, and York. Take advantage of our Fashion in Motion savings event with savings and rebates on Hunter Douglas shades with Power Rise technology. Colby's of Ridgefield. We are committed to your complete satisfaction. 203-438-8531.
The long winter is finally astern. Bait is invading the harbors, coves, and inlets. Stripers, fluke, and porgies are on the move. In the streams and lakes, trout, smallmouth, largemouth, and walleye have moved out of hibernation. At the dock shop, it's all systems go. And now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, and their newest location at 609 Riverside Avenue in Westport. Bait, tackle, apparel, and of course, all the marine and nautical accessories that they're known for are ready for you at the dock shop. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Visit us at dockshop.com.
Kycote Rockefeller Estate is Westchester County's top cultural attraction and is now open for the season. Don't miss out. Go online to hudsonvalley.org to plan your visit. Take a drive out to beautiful Sleepy Hollow, New York, and enjoy Kykuit's stunning architecture, breathtaking gardens, expansive art galleries, and commanding Hudson River views. From world-class art by Picasso and Warhol to expertly tended gardens, there's something for everyone. Kykuit Rockefeller Estate, a National Trust for Historic Preservation landmark.
Now you can keep up with what's happening in Darien with the convenience of the Darien Times Online. Your choice. Print or digital subscription for just $45 a year. Or get the print and digital bundle for just $10 more, $55 a year. To subscribe to the Darien Times, go to hersamsecure.com/CIRC or call the circulation department at 203-894-3388. The Darien Times, now in print and online. Don't miss a single issue. Subscribe today.
You're listening to Hersam Acorn Radio.
Welcome back to a special expanded coffee break. We are coming to you live from the heart of New Canaan, the Village District. We're right here on Elm Street in front of the New Canaan Playhouse. Stop by if you're here on Friday. We're getting ready for Saturday's 50th annual Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale. Joining us right now from Manfredi Jewels of New Canaan is Roberto Chiappellini. Chiappelloni, I apologize. Chiappelloni. Manfredi Jewels. Fine jewelry and watches for more than 30 years here on Elm Street.
Well, we just acquired this amazing location in New Canaan, but we have been in Greenwich 27 years.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And so why did you want to come out to New Canaan?
Well, I love this town. I almost moved here many years ago, and my daughter was riding at New Canaan Mounted Troop for 10 years, and my wife and I always used to say, we should move here. But working in Greenwich for so many years and adding another commute was a difficult time. But when this opportunity came about to acquire Henry C. Reed, it was quite welcome. We're so excited. It's a great place to do business. We have an opportunity to expand our place from Greenwich. It's just great.
So what would you say is different about running a business in New Canaan as compared to your other business?
Well, it's a little more quaint. It's a little more personal. I think personal relationship, just a very soft side to it. I don't know. I really like it a lot. And 4 months is probably not enough time to really tell the story, but I believe we have a great future here, and I'm totally excited about it.
How much does having a centralized, really old-school type shopping district help the local businesses? To have all of this, restaurants, your jewelry stores, your clothiers, everything is right here within walking distance, really walking distance of the train station.
Exactly. It is unsurpassed in a day where almost anything and every bit of information is out there, but it's so impersonal and so out of touch. But I need the restaurant to say, go across the street. Roberto, Kim will take care of you. You know, you again, you meet at the movie theater, you meet on the train. You develop an infrastructure that is, in my opinion, unsurpassed in any form of business. So, the different merchants will refer you. My watch needs a battery, or I'm looking for a Rolex watch. You've got a few hundred people working for you, directly or indirectly, and I don't think you have that with the more informal places even as big as Greenwich, Yeah.
And how would you say you compete with maybe some of the larger businesses? What makes you guys special?
Well, in a day where probably the word luxury is thrown around so much, true luxury begins when there is a problem. How you handle the service, after sales service, after a fine. They need maintenance, they need this, that. We're living in a world, like I said, that the word luxury is so abused, it's scary. We find that the after-sales service is one of that separates us from the larger, bigger business, and I'll take on that competition any day, anytime. wonderful.
Well, in that vein, can somebody bring in a watch they may have purchased elsewhere, may have inherited, and you'll fix it?
Anything. We fix watches. We have 2 full-time watchmakers on staff. We fix watches. Sometimes they have 3, 4 generation engraving on them.
Wow.
We have an infrastructure in that department that is second to no one.
Is that an art form? And it really is an art form,
It
probably
is.
more than a craft. Is that
Astounding. In the 1950s in the U.S., there were over 50,000 registered, trained, professional, qualified watchmaker. Today is less than 5,000.
Wow.
Okay, with the expansion of timepieces having become like the rage, collecting and all that. So a lot of these things very often have to go back to Switzerland, or have places like mine where we are fortunate enough to have 2 full-time watchmakers. But it's an amazing profession, by the way. If any young man wants to pursue it, it's a lengthy profession, but he'll never be unemployed, and he'll make a great living.
Oh, I can imagine,
Yeah.
and the skill level and dexterity.
It
and
is.
attention.
It's unbelievable.
I know, I'd go
When you
cross-eyed.
think of out of a little box like this, there might be 300 moving parts.
Oh my! Roberto Chiappelloni of Manfredi Jewels. I keep wanting to put the ER in. Manfredi Jewels. ManfrediJewels.com. They're on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for joining us. Have a great time tomorrow during the Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale.
Thank you so very much for this opportunity. I am so grateful for all of this. Thanks.
Thank you.
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
Sunny 76 here in New Canaan, getting up to a high of 79. Low tonight 67. Tomorrow they're talking a little bit of rain early, but we should have dry weather for the 50th Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale here in downtown New Canaan, Elm Street, Main Street, Forest Street, all these areas. And as I started to talk to with Roberto, rain drive here. Parking free. The legal parking spots, except where the roads are going to be closed in New Canaan, the legal parking spots will be free.
That's big. I got free parking today.
I do so far. I'm keeping one eye on the car now. Fortunately, fortunately, my car is just beyond the cameras. So if I do encounter if I sprint off camera, it's because I'm having a problem.
Well, we have our next guest here, John. Margaret Schwartz of the Summer House. Margaret, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us about the Summer House.
So we are a furniture and home decor store. We sell everything from antique pieces to home accessories. So it's a fun store. We try to do a lot of different things. We do specialize in antiques. So that kind of sets us apart.
And you've been in business 8 years, right?
Yeah, so I purchased the store 4 years ago, and I took it to a different direction. I made it a little bit more contemporary and kind of did that mix where we add the antiques and the contemporary pieces, so it makes a nice collected, strong story.
And why did you want to come to New Canaan and kind of take over that business?
So I had started at Martha Stewart. I was there for 4 years, working in a lot of different positions there. Go ahead.
I always love. I was best name. If you want to what you do is right there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great name.
And so are you going to be involved in this weekend's fair?
We are. We already started on Monday. So we're doing a big sale. Everything is, between 30 and 80% off.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of different things. Pillows, lighting, accessories, so even some upholstery and some furniture pieces. So there's a lot. There's a good offering there.
And what would you say are some of the big items that people are looking for right now?
I would say really interested in that. I think it's a good way to kind of freshen.
I mean, this is good here in front of the New Canaan Playhouse here. You're on Forest Street, just around the corner. Is it hard to attract people? Do you have to constantly remind people during the sidewalk sale, hey, we're over here?
I think this is but it's great this year. Different people, a lot of new people, so it'll be exciting, yeah.
And how would you say people find out about you? Is it word of mouth, or is it?
There is a lot of word of mouth. We try to just treat our clients the best that we can and give them the best offering. So I think when people are happy with what you do, they let people know. So.
That's great. And how can people find out more about you?
You can visit us on Facebook. It's the New Canaan Summer House, or on our website, thesummerhousect.com. You can find out some more information and just give us a call. We'll be happy to talk about different services we offer, and yeah.
All right, great. Margaret Schwartz of the Summer House. Thanks so much for coming on and talking with us.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy Saturday.
Thanks.
76 now here in downtown New Canaan, getting up to 79. Beautiful day, not a lot of humidity. You get a nice breeze every now and then. Getting down to mid-60s tonight. Tomorrow they're talking some rain early. Hopefully it passes. Maybe cools things off before the Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale. And as Margaret said, the 50th, which is just such a landmark for people in New Canaan.
Oh, we have another guest coming in. Hi. So right now we are joined by Meg Hoffman of Oxygen Fitness. Meg, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
And where are you guys located?
We're on 22 Pine Street. We're right across the street from the train station and next to Mrs. Green's.
Now, it's a competitive business, I imagine. What sets you guys apart?
Well, I think from the very beginning we're locally owned. A lot of the instructors are also local as well, and you kind of get that vibe that we're more of a family. It's more about making sure a lot of our classes are based on the school schedule. When does East School start? When does West School start? Our holiday schedules are also kind of based on who's here. The owners predominantly, they're from New Canaan, and a lot of us were traveling to other towns. We were traveling to Darien, we were traveling to Westport to exercise, and that whole community, was traveling outside of our own town to exercise, and so we really wanted to bring it home and offer people of the town of New Canaan, an opportunity to buy local, shop in town, stay here.
How does a fitness boutique maximize its exposure during an event such as the Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale?
So for the past couple of years, we're obviously not on Elm Street, on that main street. But Sarah Koch, the owner, and we were out with our juice bar samples, bringing some fresh grapefruit juice, some fresh green juice out, and passing out some free passes, and really kind of interacting. That's what we love to do, is to get the vibe and the feel of the town and kind of incorporate ourselves accordingly.
Now, what are your clients looking for? What's really popular right now that you guys offer?
So we just incorporated CrossFit. We've had a few classes there for the past year or so, but we've really kind of dove in head first in terms of that. So we've added a bunch more CrossFit classes, CrossFit New Canaan classes, which is something that I think, the men in this town and the women in this town are really craving. It's a hot new trend, and we're trying to stay on top of it.
It seems like the people who get into CrossFit get into CrossFit. Like, there's nobody you got, I kind of dabble in. They are into CrossFit. Why do people get so wrapped up in it?
Because it's competitive, and you can compete with other people as well as yourself. And there's a lot of benchmark workouts that are indicative to, your own personal best, which is something that when you're in a group class is a lot more difficult to gauge. And this is real time. These are your weights, these are your times, that kind of thing. And people really like to push themselves, and then are able to, challenge themselves on a weekly basis, a daily basis.
Is that the hard part of staying with a workout standard, is people plateau, or they don't have standards to measure themselves, and that fills that void?
I think that what makes people kind of plateau and maybe give up on their fitness routine is something that they're not passionate about, So if someone is asking me as a trainer, how can I stay with a fitness routine? I'm like, find something that you like. If you like to dance, dance. If you want to spin, spin. If you want to do yoga, do yoga. But just to be moving and to be active and to find something that you want to genuinely get up and do every day is, I think, an important part of maximizing and continuing your fitness routine.
It's such a simple idea, and yet I've never thought about it that way. And I think you're causing me right now to rethink some things.
New customer, new
Oh, there we
client.
go. Come on down.
But it's true. You have to be passionate about it
Right.
and stick with it.
Yeah, and how can people find out more about you guys?
So we have our website, oxygenfitnessct.com. We're also on Facebook, and we're now also on Instagram as well.
Nice.
We've yet to delve into Twitter, but I'm sure that's not too far behind. But lots
Coming
of
up.
places to find us.
All
And you
right.
can always drop by at 22 Pine Street in New Canaan.
Great. Meg Hoffman of Oxygen Fitness, thanks so much for coming
Thank
on
you
and
so
talking
much.
with us.
Have a great day.
You too.
Wind picking up here a little bit, just a nice comfortable breeze. Temperature's actually down a degree to 75 according to our weather service. Getting up to 79 today, just a beautiful day, bright sun. Low tonight 67, some showers possible tomorrow early, but we're hoping everything passes. I know I've been involved in some village fair and sidewalk sale events when I was here where it might have clouded up early, but then the sun came out. It just kind of cooled things off. It takes a lot to really impact the Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale here in New Canaan. Joining us, editor of the
Just
New Canaan
popped in.
Advertiser,
Look who it is.
Greg Riley.
The former Stratford Star, now the New Canaan Advertiser. How's it going,
Hi,
Greg?
guys. Doing well. Glad I wore blue. Feel like
Yeah.
part of the team.
You are, always.
What is the feel in New Canaan as the 50th Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale approaches?
It's anticipation. It's excitement. It's sold out. The vacancy rate in the retail community here is low. So retailers are here. They're filling the stores. They're bringing in the merchandise. And it's nothing but a healthy environment from what I'm hearing.
And that's such great news for New Canaan, because when I left here, which is going to be 2008, so
They're
coming
still
up on
talking
7
about you,
years
though,
ago.
John. They're
Scary.
still talking about you.
I hate when
Good
that
things,
happens.
I hope.
But when I left, a lot of the stories were the retail vacancies. There's too many stores open. There's places that have been open for a year, for 2 years. It's going to hurt the town if we keep having these empty storefronts all over the place. Have we finally gotten over that, or are we getting there?
It's still an issue. There is turnover on a regular basis, but especially at this time of year when the holidays are only a few months off, the stores tend to fill up.
Can we get through the sidewalk sale before you start talking holidays?
I tell you, John, this is what that's what they talked about this morning at the
Really?
community coffee. Yeah,
Really?
the low vacancy rate and how well the retail community is doing right now. If I may say, when I've been here just 3 months, I heard some negativity about the how well retailers were doing. A lot of people complaining about whatever they want to complain about. So we've been focusing on businesses that are successful, and there are many of them, and trying to help others realize what they could possibly do. Who's doing well and why? What are they doing to be successful? So we're trying to share those ideas.
You talk about the community coffee that's been going on for years. The New Canaan Advertiser hosts it. The editor gets to kind of play the Phil Donahue-like talk show host, if you're old enough to remember Phil Donahue running through the audience with the microphone, trying to corral opinions. But that's a place where the community comes together regardless of their opinions and political affiliations. That seems as vibrant as it's always been.
It's a strong group, and I consider myself a moderator of, it's a community coffee sponsored by the Advertiser, so we facilitate it, but I try to keep my input down and
Right.
just sort of control the conversation.
That's all you can do.
And I do try to keep it on a positive realm as well. Again, it's easy to complain, but let's talk about what could be done to make things better.
But the coffee, which is 10 o'clock every Friday?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock every Friday. I apologize. The coffee, which is 9 o'clock every Friday, just as the Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale does, brings people together. You'll see the Republicans and Democrats with their respective booths, but yet you'll also see them talking to each other, etc.
Yeah.
You'll see the people on different sides of issues come together, chat. It really, everybody is at the Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale.
That's right. That's right. If you're part of the community, you are here.
Yeah.
Anyway, the community coffee is it's an honor actually to run it.
It really is one of the things that I think shows how important the advertiser is to the New Canaan community.
Oh, boy.
That people do come
Well,
there.
it's one of the locally owned businesses here.
That's
you know?
true.
So it's an important part of the community.
I definitely work for the community.
Yeah.
This is their paper.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
What are some of the big stories this week in the New Canaan Advertiser?
Well, I thought you might ask. We have dogs and birds and bears.
A lot of bear
we have an
activity.
increasing school enrollment, which causes the need for expanding schools.
That's unique. A lot of places are declining,
You're
but
right.
New Canaan's going up.
You know, if you build a good school system, guess what?
They'll come.
They
Yeah.
come. So how can we build a school and have and pave our streets at the same time? That's an issue. And believe it or not, cell service and charter review are all on the agenda for this week.
It's like I never left. Greg.
I know,
on.
John, and I'm telling you, these issues
They keep coming up.
They stay.
They stay.
Always do. And you can look back like V. Donald Hersam does 50 years ago, and you'll see the same issues then.
It's true.
Absolutely. 75 sunny, a nice breeze here in downtown New Canaan, getting up to 79, low tonight of 67. Greg, stick around. We're going to
We're keeping
if we
ya.
can, talk to you a little bit more as we really dig into the community and talk about the members of the community on the eve of the 50th New Canaan Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale. Kate, what a beautiful downtown to have this event in.
Gorgeous. It really is lovely. And we're hanging out here all day. Extended coffee break.
And to have this be your office, to be outside, you've got people coming by. It's just a gorgeous day. What do you say? I mean, I'm going to hang out outside and talk to people all day long. You look, and they're one of the beautiful things about the Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale is that it offers a lot of the nonprofit organizations an opportunity to spread the word about what they do. And you'll see animal adoption and anti-substance abuse groups and historic preservation groups and healthy eating and healthy living advocates and open space advocates and theater groups, and one that's really made an impact on New Canaan, and I was here when they arrived, is the Summer Theater of New Canaan. Ed Libonati joining us brought professional summer theater to Waveney Park 12 years ago. Every summer they've been here. How big is it for you guys to be able to set up at the sidewalk sale and reach that many people?
Well, setting up at the sidewalk sale is pretty simple compared to what we do all summer long. We have we come every year to the sidewalk sale. It's great. We give out discount coupons, so if you're looking for a discount, certainly come to the Summer Theater booth and you'll receive one. No, we've always enjoyed and participated with the sidewalk sale and with the town and the community. We feel we're an integral part of the e-commerce here and the commerce here in town. So it's a lot of fun.
Now, what productions do you guys have going on this summer?
Funny you should ask that. This year we have for our main musical, Legally Blonde, the musical. Fabulous show. It's so much fun. It really is. It's a super high energy show. The cast is spectacular. Many of them from Broadway in New York. All professional. Our theater's a professional theater. So that means everyone is paid. This is what they do for their living. But anyway, Legally Blonde is our main musical, and then that's on Thursday through Sunday, Thursday through Saturday nights at 8 o'clock at Waveney Park, and Sundays at 4 p.m. And then we have a children's program, children's theater for young audience. And here we do professional children's shows on weekends. So that's pretty exciting also. We'll do shows for 3 to 11-year-old age children. We get a lot of parents and grandparents coming to bring in their children, their grandchildren. And it's just great. We'll have a show at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 2 o'clock on a Saturday.
Wow.
And we'll turn the tent 3 times over, and you'll see, 150, 200 children come in and then go out, and another 100, 150 come in. It's absolute joy to see the excitement in their eye, the discovery of live theater. in that sense.
And it's so important because when I was editor up in Stratford, and they've been trying for years to reopen the Shakespeare Theater, and the naysayers are constantly, theater's dead, theater's dying, nobody goes to live theater anymore. But then you talk about what you guys are doing, and you're turning over 200-300 seats.
Well, I think the key there is not that theater's dead. Theater's quite vibrant. It's relevance. It's how are we as a nonprofit theater organization relevant to this community? What does the community want? What does it need? And we find that the Theater for Young Audience resonates. Okay, our musicals resonate. There's people who come. Do not expect to see what they see because it's the Summer Theater of New Canaan. What is your connotation? It's a high school
theater,
yes, which is wonderful. I mean, community theater is that's what this country is made of, but that's not who we are. They come in and beating expectations has never been a problem. It just blows the socks off. We have this beautiful state-of-the-art tent. Many of you watching this probably know the Summer Theater and been to it. But those who haven't, it's a marvelous experience, whether for yourself or for your children. Yeah.
And when do you all decide on what productions you're going to do for the summer? Because I bet people are asking you all year, what are you guys going to do this summer?
Well, falling back to your last question, theaters fighting to stay alive. Once we know we're still here after the summer, if you've all come to our shows and done what we need, enjoyed the show, we will certainly be back. But we generally decide in the fall. And start preparing. It's a lot of fun. But if I could thank a couple people,
of course.
One of the things we do is we try and partner with a lot of the community businesses here. For example, we have 5 or 6 restaurants in town. Some of the finest restaurants are now doing pre-show meals and dinners and specials tying in with the Summer Theater. We have a lot of businesses that are sponsoring us, like Walter Stewart's and Carl Chevrolet. Halo Studios on Grove Street gave us rehearsal space, which is just marvelous. So we really feel a connection with this town. I mean, obviously being a resident for 30 years helps too, but really as an organization, we really feel the support and the excitement of people who know us.
Having been here when you came up with the idea when it came in, and to see you still here and being part of the community, I like that. It makes me feel good because I loved the idea of Summer Theater in New Canaan. And how has Waveney Park been for a venue? Because it just seems like the perfect place.
Well, like any home, I mean, when you think of your own home, it's wonderful in some aspects and other things you'd like to change. For the time being, Waveney's working quite well. We hope to possibly have a more permanent home in the community someday. That's something we're looking towards. But we're very excited. We've been great support from the town and from the Park and Recs Commission to take care of it. Stephen Benko has been an asset. I mean, one of the town's greatest assets as far as we're concerned in being here. So. It's been good, but what you're saying is how do we know what we're gonna do next year, how we're gonna be here? Well, what we try and do is do the best we can, and if we're gonna fall forward.
I like it.
I like that.
Now, Ed, where can people get more information on the Summer Theater?
Oh, that's easy. You can look around for a poster like this somewhere in one of the stores, all around town, or you can go on the website at stonc.org, STONC, short for Summer Theater of New Canaan, and you can purchase tickets, find out when the shows are. We have shows tonight and tomorrow. We got like 11 shows this weekend, so there's no excuses. Right? And we go through August 9th, so we hope all of you can come and share in what is becoming what we like to believe a signature event here in New Canaan.
Professional summer theater right here in New Canaan. How you can't go wrong.
What could be
better?
75. Beautiful, beautiful July day. We're in downtown New Canaan. We're going to be here all day. We're going to step out for a minute, come back, and continue to talk to the people who make up the next station to heaven as we get you ready for the 50th annual Village Fair and Sidewalk Sales on an expanded coffee break, streaming live on the Hersam Acorn Network, online at hanradio.com.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332. and online at StraffordSmile.com.
Did you know that taking dance lessons is a great date night idea? Arthur Murray Grand Ballroom of Greenwich is a fabulous place to learn to dance and meet new people. Located at 6 Lewis Street, our studio is staffed with professional instructors ready to teach you salsa, waltz, rumba, hustle, tango. There's a dance for every season, and we are rated #1 on the Knot.com. We are the wedding dance specialists. Take advantage of our new student offer, only $49. Call 203-769-1800. Visit us online at arthurmurraygreenwich.com.
It's grilling season, and Walter Stewart's Market is your local destination for the finest grill-ready certified Angus beef strip steaks, skirt steaks, 100% grass-fed ribeyes, all-natural pork ribs, Arthur Ave-style kebabs, fresh-cut veggies, delicious grab-and-go salads, chilled rosé wine, and ice-cold craft brews right next door. Walter Stewart's, your fresh local market. 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and shop online for groceries and wine delivered to your door at stewartsmarket.com.
It's easy to advertise on HANradio.com, reach 263,000 listeners each month with our sports programming and talk programming. Call Marianne Hersam at 203-417-5199.
A variety of food trucks, hands-on activities, live music, plus top superstars of women's tennis and the Men's Legends event. The 2015 Connecticut Open presented by United Technologies, August 21st through the 29th. Get your tickets today at ctopen.org.
The long winter is finally astern. Bait is invading the harbors, coves, and inlets. Stripers, fluke, and porgies are on the move. In the streams and lakes, trout, smallmouth, largemouth, and walleye have moved out of hibernation. At the dock shop, it's all systems go. And now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, and their newest location at 609 Riverside Avenue in Westport. Bait, tackle, apparel, and of course, all the marine and nautical accessories that they're known for are ready for you at the dock shop. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Visit us at dockshop.com.
Your child broken his Ortho Express in Norwalk. Don't wait hours in the ER. Save a trip and money by going straight to an orthopedic specialist at Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care in Norwalk. No appointment necessary. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, 203-845-2070. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or call 203-845-2070. Fast.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
This is your coffee break on HANradio.com. A beautiful afternoon in New Canaan as we hit noon and move our way through these street fairs and sidewalk sale and everything going on here in New Canaan. Good afternoon, everyone. Along with Marty Hersam, I'm Rob Adams. Greg Riley, editor of the New Canaan Advertiser, has stepped back in with us. We didn't want to get rid of you.
Hey,
absolutely not.
Happy to be here.
I never get
nothing else to do,
and I never get a chance to chat with you anyway. So
No.
good to have you back.
Thank you,
and,
Rob.
Thanks for a few minutes of your time. And as Kate and John were saying to you in the first stretch, what a great day we've got here, and what a great atmosphere, and what a great event this is going to be.
It sure will. It's festive. It's going to be fun. It's going to be packed, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people here buying bargains and probably looking at some new merchandise as well.
And Marty, as a New Canaanite, this is the 50th year of it. This is pretty impressive.
And that's weird because I turned 50 this year, Rob. What?
They created it just for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the sale table for sure. But no, it's a great event. It was always something I looked forward to as a kid. We would ride our bikes up here and just look at everything, especially the toys, obviously, and actually the New Canaan Toy Store, which was a nice feature this week on the front page of the New Canaan Advertiser. That was always a big stop for us as kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's boy, how long has that business been around? I forget, but a long time.
Oh.
It was here 80 years, I think.
Yeah,
My gosh, 80 years,
yeah. It used to be right up here.
It was right up here on Elm.
Corner. Yeah,
it was a big move for them to go down to Park just a couple years ago, but it's working out.
Yeah, that was a really nice feature too. That was a good story.
This is, by the way, an extended coffee break on this Friday, and we should remind you that Radio Arts and Leisure, normally scheduled for 1 o'clock, will run probably around 2, right as soon as we're done here in New Canaan.
Yeah, so talking a little bit about some politics, Greg, we've got the Republican caucus coming up on Tuesday. What's cooking there?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind about that and that someone said to me this morning was, well, we just don't know. We could have 175 Republicans turn out for the caucus, or we could have 775.
Right.
It's the dead of summer.
Right.
And it's always a debate. Why do they have it when so many people are away? But the show goes on, and the seats that are open are on the town council, 4 seats, and 3 seats on the Board of Ed are open. There are 6 candidates, 6 Republican candidates going for the 3 open Republican seats on the Board of Ed. And so that's getting some debate. There's a little, some behind-the-scenes wrangling and arm twisting going on. And
I bet. Always is.
I guess, all politics is local, and it's alive and well here, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and that the Board of Ed becomes hotly contested, as obviously there's a lot of emotion surrounding those seats too, and we were supposed to have John Walsh on today, who's a Republican candidate. Well, not a candidate. He's
he's a candidate.
Candidate, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
but he was going to be with us, but he's a little under the weather today, apparently. So, but
hard to be under the weather today, but I'll talk to him about that.
Yeah, but that caucus in July, like you said, has always been a long time debate. And years back, I guess it was 5, 6, 7 years ago. It was actually, I believe it was Tuesday versus Malazzi for a spot in there, and it was the largest Republican caucus turnout they've ever had, I believe. But they had people flying back from their vacation just to cast their ballots.
Wow.
So it was, that was something else.
That was contentious, yes.
Yeah.
And Rob carried it off. By the way, speaking of Malazzi, and we'll get back to the Board of Ed, but Rob Malazzi's dad created or was on the chamber when this started. So
right.
And so Bob Malazzi, went by, just passed away this past few months ago.
Yep.
So he gets credit for being one of the founders of this 50-year-old event.
Sure, and that family obviously ran Bob Sports for forever. And
Right.
another mainstay, by the way, at Sidewalk Sales was a swing by Bob Sports and see what was cooking there,
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
We had a place in the town that I grew up called Tomcat Sports. It was, the local place where you walked in, and you could get everything from a T-shirt with the iron-ons to all that. Is that what Bob's was kind of like, that kind of place?
Well, it was a remarkable store in its heyday. It was on 3 floors. It occupied the whole CVS complex that's there now, and they sold everything from women's fashion to skis and ski boots and ski rentals. It was
they were big in skis, that's for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you'd always stop by there on the back to school, especially in college. I'd go in there and load up from jeans to T-shirts to shirts and then head back to school. But it was quite a store, and it was kind of headed in the same direction that Darien Sports Shop is now, and then the Malazzi struck a real estate deal, and I think that worked out for them quite well. So
always nice to collect rent.
It is, yes.
That's what I hear anyway.
Yeah.
Incidentally, we were supposed to have the first selectman, Rob Malazzi, on with us today, but he also under the weather, although in a different way.
Yes, he is keeping his leg elevated.
Good.
He broke his leg on Saturday, transferring from a sailboat off of Newport to a launch boat.
Oh, my gosh.
He's hurt, and he says he's following his doctor's instructions so that he will heal faster and be able to get back to the office.
So I didn't realize that he didn't go to the doctor at first, apparently.
Didn't go to the doctor. No. This happened Saturday at some point, probably in the afternoon, and he said he walked on it all night long. It hurt, but not until he got home and his daughter looked at it, and Kit said, "Dad, you got to have that looked at."
Right.
And so I guess he's obedient in some respects.
Yeah. Well, we wish him all the best and a quick recovery, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
But we are still waiting on some guests, some local merchants that are gearing up for the sidewalk sales here in New Canaan, and we are ready to bring a guest in just a moment, and we're waiting on a hand signals. But Greg,
I'm not far, Marty.
Yeah. we may be calling you.
I can run over from the office anytime.
Thank you, Greg.
All right, guys. Good.
All right,
Good to be with you. Thanks to Greg
Greg.
Riley, of course, editor of the New Canaan Advertiser. As we move along here on this Friday, it is in fact 12:10 on HANradio.com and streaming live along the Hersam Acorn network here in New Canaan. Our first guest of the afternoon for you and I, Marty.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Donna Yellen from Lynn Evans Potpourri Designs, right in front of us here on Elm Street.
That's correct.
Welcome, Donna. How are you?
It is a pleasure and a delight to be here. I was so excited to have received the invitation and was thrilled. So thank you so very much.
We're glad to have you here. So tell us what you've got in store for the sidewalk sales and how you geared up for it this year.
Lynn Evans, for the past 35 years, has really prided themselves in a very fresh, contemporary mix, specializing in women's apparel and accessories. And we have been in this location in New Canaan, very proud to say, for 15 years, which I think is a true, testimonial to the variety, the sources, the brands that we carry. And we so welcome this event because it gives us an opportunity to meet with so many new customers. Certainly the sidewalk sale draws from many, many communities. And it's a launching pad for us to create and build new relationships, which we truly pride ourselves in.
Sure, and you guys actually have a double whammy tomorrow because you've got a store here in New Canaan, the sidewalk sale, and in Ridgefield. Yes.
So we have two big bonanzas going on at one time. Our ladies' apparel, much of which has already been reduced, is an additional 40% off at the register. So we're going to save these gals about 70% off. And we have every scarf in the store, and we are known in this area for our scarves. They are all at 50% off, and a great little selection of jewelry as well at 50% off. We take great pride in the brands that we carry, many of which are all made in the United States, which is, again, I think that's unique. Our owner and buyer is really very, very conscious about keeping our men and women working. Our brands include 3 Dot and T Squared, which are fabulous core cotton resources. Linda Leal, which is a great our Linda Leal virtually pays the rent in this location. They are women's tops and underpinnings, which I think every woman in town at least owns 10 of. That's how popular they are. On a slow day, if nothing else is selling, those Linda Leals are walking out the door. We carry even our core brand of denim. It's a really true premium denim line, which much of that business, as we all know, has gone offshore. Our resource is Second Yoga, who is all produced in North America, our partner in Canada. For those women, and we find there are many in this universe who are pant challenged, we carry a collection of pants by a New York resource, Elliott Lauren, and they are all made on West 37th Street. I always love it when a customer walks in and says, "You'll never fit me. It is impossible. I have this issue. I have that issue. Nothing fits. Oh, spare me." That is the best greeting any customer, or the best challenge anyone could give us. And invariably, I say to them, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. And we have our Elliot Lauren has a fit, an incomparable fit for all body types. The shop itself has a very contemporary profile, but it's very important to realize that we are in the business of wardrobing all lifestyles and multi-generations of women. So it's not just the 20-something with a perfect model's figure, but they're real women.
Right. Well, Donna, I also have to apologize because somehow when we do these events, Rob and I end up with all the women's fashion interviews, and
but we handle it well.
So I think Kay would be better suited for some of this, but the blank looks on our face are that of appreciation for what you do, making sure everyone gets fitted properly, and
pants challenge. That's the first one.
Pants challenge. I was trying to get that.
Well said, though.
Yes.
We've just recently this year launched our e-commerce website, and we're really proud and excited about that.
Oh, great.
We've also introduced a fabulous new collection of jewelry, which has been extremely well received, Uno to 50, which is a very, very special line. The collection is all designed and handcrafted in Madrid.
Wow. Has
a very organic feel. They utilize and incorporate Swarovski crystals, a whole silver influence with braided leather. So we certainly hope to engage and hopefully bring a new clientele of Uno clients into that fan base. It is exclusive in the New Canaan area, so we're very, very proud about that.
Well, that's terrific.
You're right here at 103.
Right here at 103.
We are right
Donnie
next
Yellen,
door.
General Manager of Lynn Evans Potpourri Designs, right here in New Canaan. And your new e-commerce website is www.lynnevans.com.
Absolutely.
Great.
That's it.
Good luck tomorrow.
Okay.
Donna, thank you so much.
Great to meet
Thank
you.
you ever so much.
All right,
Thank
take care.
Pleasure is all
It was a
mine.
pleasure.
Thank you.
As we come back here, 76 and sunny with a high of 80 today, a low of 67 tonight with a chance of showers after midnight. We're going to hope for the very best tomorrow, of course, in Ridgefield as well, but we'll somehow find a way to make the sun shine as we continue here from New Canaan on this beautiful Friday afternoon, and we get ready to bring in our next guest, Marty.
This is John Walsh. He is a Republican candidate for Board of Education. He's got a big day coming up on Tuesday at the Republican caucus.
Yep.
John, welcome.
Thank you. This is very exciting.
Yes. So tell us why, let me backtrack a little bit. So you have a passion for the Common Core and everything that it's about, correct?
Not correct.
not for it. I said about. I mean not about it. Is
on
that
the
correct?
Topic of
on
it.
the topic.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah.
You're not pro Common Core, but
No, but I'm not. But I'm also not running as the anti-Common Core platform guy.
Right.
So even though I've been associated with the cause.
But you recently ran a forum. I'm not trying to steer this in any
Yeah.
particular job, but you had a forum to try to educate people on Common Core. And,
That's right.
Yeah.
In fact, that was the second one. The first one was in November 2013. And at the time, a lot of people really hadn't heard about Common Core, and I just heard about it a few months before that. And I found it fascinating, and it was very intimidating and daunting because it was so complicated to try to figure out. So anyway, we had a forum in the Lamb Room, Love of the Lamb Room, and we had it was balanced with both sides. We tried to have participation from the audience, a lot of questions. We had a special guest from the American Principles Project, and then the following, anyway, that first year we called it Common Grounds.
Right.
We had Doug Zumbach. We asked him to supply the coffee. He was very nice to do that. So we had a corporate sponsor, and we tried to keep it fun. We had a lot of desserts, and it was a good time. It was the beginning, I thought, of a town-wide conversation.
Right.
And it went well. The second time we did it, this past November, we had a bigger turnout. It was filmed. It's on YouTube. It went really well. Just plug in New Canaan and Common Core, and it should be there. It featured a presentation from a woman named Jane Robbins, who's a real expert on the subject, and she was there to discuss the challenges and the problems with what happens when you buy into it.
Right.
So that was one side. We tried to have our superintendent or anybody from our Board of Ed to represent the pro side, or why we love it, why we're doing it. But nobody wanted to participate. Fine, that was their choice. So we had one of our panelists represent the state of Connecticut's education department, their position with a slideshow. So we ended up with a PowerPoint, unfortunately, with the why Common Core is great side of the equation. But I thought it turned out fine. There was a lot of respect for both sides, and I didn't expect anybody to participate if they didn't want to.
Right.
Even if it's their job. But, that's their decision.
So let's talk about your broader platform, why you're interested in running for the Board of Ed. Let's start there.
I am running for the Board of Ed basically because I want to use hopefully my communication skills with years of experience as a speaker and writer and working in education. I really want to help make the Board of Education better. I know how hard they work. We're all volunteers. So, I am not out to criticize anybody. I really have complete respect for any candidate running for anything this week. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly exciting and unnerving, and it's like nothing you'll ever experience. But I think that I can use my fearlessness to broach sensitive topics with people who work in town, our superintendent, our assistant superintendent, our entire Board of Ed, everybody, all 20,000 of you. I want to bring the dialogue closer.
Right.
That's what I think I can contribute best. I'm happy to work on whatever committee or count the number of windows at West or whatever it takes.
Right.
I want to open the dialogue.
Right.
Basically.
It looks like you're taking an approach that I like personally, that not the negative approach. You're not going to bash anybody. Is it possible to win running on your own issues and your own stance as opposed to, beating up and going negative?
I would never beat up on anybody. I wouldn't hurt a fly. I'd pick up the fly and just put him out the window.
Right.
Nobody's going to win anything by being negative, especially in our town. It just doesn't make sense. We all have each other's backs. I have all of the other candidates' backs. I've heard a lot of different opinions from different people. I haven't solicited them, but it seems that people are really picking and choosing. This is a real a la carte menu. It's not slate versus slate. And I think it's going to be very interesting. I have no idea what's going to happen, obviously.
Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck, and we appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us today. So it's John Walsh. He's a Republican candidate for Board of Education here in in New Canaan. I've been to two towns lately.
It's the blue shirts.
Excuse me.
Wilton, Ridgefield.
It's all the blue shirts.
And folks can see you on the web at johnpatrickwalsh.com, and can they email you at jwalsh59@fordham.edu?
They sure can.
Great.
Thank
John
you
Walsh,
so much.
best of luck on Tuesday.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you.
John Walsh
Thank
with
you.
us here in New Canaan, where we will take a timeout. 76 going up to 80, 67 the low tonight with a chance of showers after midnight. Marty and I continue from right here in New Canaan right after this on HANradio.com and streaming live on the Hersam Acorn Network.
Your child has fallen and broken his arm. You need to see an orthopedist fast. Think Coastal Ortho Express in Norwalk. Don't wait hours in the ER. Save a trip and money by going straight to an orthopedic specialist at Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care in Norwalk. No appointment necessary. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, 203-845-2070. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or call 203-845-2070. Fast.
A variety of food trucks, hands-on activities, live music, a different theme every night, plus top women's tennis. It's the 2015 Connecticut Open presented by United Competing.
Consultation 8332. Four 90 Stratford 203-375-8332 and online at stratfordsmile.com.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
It's Lots of Characters, specializing in children's birthday parties with your child's favorite characters. When you want to party hardy, when you need to celebrate, call us, we won't be late. We help create lasting memories for you and your child on their special day. Call us at 203-590-1791 or visit our website at lotsofcharacters.org for more information and to see our party packages. Lots of Characters, 203-590-1791 or online at lotsofcharacters.org.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com.
And welcome back to our special broadcast here at the New Canaan Sidewalk Sales. For the New Canaan Sidewalk Sales, which are tomorrow here in New Canaan. And we're under beautiful blue skies, pretty much, 79 degrees, looking at a high of 80 today. We've got two guests here promoting not only their businesses, but a special event for the Sidewalk Sales tomorrow. I've got Alex Stewart from Stewart's Market and Ann Kozar from New Canaan Bicycle. Welcome.
Welcome. Thanks.
Thank you.
So, first of all, let's talk about Walter Stewart's Market. If you live in New Canaan, you know where Walter Stewart's Market is, and a long-time family business here in New Canaan. And what do you guys have planned outside of the event for tomorrow?
For the sidewalk sale event?
Yep. You put your mic up to
Sorry.
me.
We're going to be in our sort of our usual spot.
It's all right.
Yep. Our traditional spot up at the corner of Elm and Park. We'll have our Model T there. We'll have fresh produce stand, good deals, great prices.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah. And the Model T is a trademark of New Canaan almost, as it moves around from the Memorial Day Parade through the events like this. It's just such a cool vehicle.
Yeah, that's our mascot, 1915 Ford Model T.
Remarkable.
And somehow it fires up every
Keeps
time.
Going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Ann from New Canaan Bicycle, tell us about what you've got planned for tomorrow.
Well, we're very happy to be partnering up with Alex because we're going to have a fender blender there. We had it last year, and it's to raise money for the Connecticut Challenge. And the fender blender works where you put ice and lemons in there, and the kids get on there, and once they start to spin the bicycle, you engage the blender, and they get really excited about it. It's really fun.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
Fantastic. So tell us about the event.
Connecticut been going on for over 30 years, and they raise money for cancer survivors, and they focus on health and wellness and yoga programs and exercise and meditation and making sure that patients, after they are survived cancer, have the wellness to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm. And so how did you guys end up pairing up here?
Well, we met up with Alex because he's a local grocery store, and we thought it'd be a great way for us to be able to use activity like riding a bike, the fender blender,
Right.
and making something to sell, so kids could be part of the action of saying, "Ooh, wow! I made lemonade, but I also made money for a cancer survivor." So the way that we could make it happen was focusing on a great person like Alex and having a grocery store.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
So, and in the involvement in the Connecticut Challenge specifically, what is the story behind that?
The story behind that is John Murphy told us about it a couple of years back, and we connected with Alex Stewart, where we have the jerseys that have New Canaan bicycles and Walter Stewart on there, and we ride with the jerseys, and we encourage people to ride their bicycles.
Right.
And as you ride and train, you encourage people to donate towards Connecticut Challenge. And you do have to ride quite a bit of miles. So my husband and I, Lou Kozar, are doing the Connecticut Challenge, and it's July 24th and 25th, 80 miles one day, and you could do up to 80 miles the second day, depending on wake up.
Yeah, and where is that route? Where does that go?
It starts at Bear Mountain and goes to Westport.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
it's a beautiful
fantastic.
route, though.
And how many people typically participate in that?
Oh, geez, I'm not sure exactly, but it's quite a bit.
Yeah.
15,000?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
So just sort of back to the bicycles real quick. Let's talk about the merchandise that you do carry and accessories. Yeah.
Sure. We carry different brands of bicycles. Giant. I can't remember the other one, sorry. And so a lot of different bikes between adults to children, and even down to somebody who's just starting to walk. We have a balance bike that we encourage children to use and not use training wheels. And we have all the type of gear that you need. So we have jerseys, shorts, helmets for safety, and trailers for your bicycle if you're going to Montauk or Cape Cod, to bring all the bikes with you and the kids, because it's so much fun to have your own bike rather than rent one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And great service and excellent mechanics back
Yes.
Yeah, right here in town.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm just curious, no training wheels?
Oh, we do have training wheels if you want it. Yes.
Are training wheels out since I rode a bike?
No. They're still in. And the other thing I want to say is that we do also feature our first business that we did out of Stamford, which is Cycles on Call. We go to your home, pick up your bicycle, bring it to the store, do a tune-up, and then deliver it back to your home when it's done. So it's a great service that New Canaan and Darien, Norwalk, Wilton customers really enjoy.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, just real quick though, are there any particular trends in bicycles these days? Anything new and exciting that, technology-wise or safety-wise, or?
I guess I would say safety-wise, a lot more people are wearing helmets,
right,
and a lot more people are putting their children on bikes earlier, rather than waiting till they're 6 or 7, which is very helpful.
Right.
And trends in bikes is cruisers are still in, I would say.
Gotcha.
Yeah, with the basket in front, so you can
deal,
go to the farmer's market.
Kind of go anywhere with it. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's great. Now, Alex, obviously, like I said, a longtime family business. A true hometown market. The thing when I think about stores, aside from the fact that this is a great store, is your community involvement.
Right.
And Stewart's supports so many local organizations, and this is the value of having a local merchant in town who grew up here and knows the town. And can you talk a little bit about the tradition that's carried over all these years with your family and the business? And
well, I think it's grown from my great grandfather, my grandfather, my uncle, and I think we just as a family and as a business feel it's so important to be involved in the town and all the great things that are going on here, and we're interacting with our customers, and it's so important to them and their lives, their families.
Yeah.
It's just a big part of our business.
Well, it is a great part of your business too, because you go in there, people when they patronize your store, but when they may come to you to support a ball team or a school play, it seems like Stewart's doesn't back away from anything when it comes to supporting this town.
Right. We try to help out where we can. It's
absolutely fantastic. Well, so I appreciate you both coming here, Ann Kozar from New Canaan Bicycle and Alex Stewart from Stewart's Market. We appreciate you both spending some time. We want to see come see them for the Connecticut Challenge at the corner of Elmont Park and raise some money for some cancer survivors.
Yep.
Great. Thank
buy
you so
some
much.
great produce. Yeah.
And buy some great produce and some bicycles.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for spending some time with us. We are about to take a break. It's sunny and now 76 here in downtown New Canaan ahead of tomorrow's 50th annual Sidewalk Sales. And we are out for a break, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Located in the heart of picturesque downtown Ridgefield at 13 Governor Street, Colby's is the area's premier retailer for blinds, shades, shutters, and draperies, and is one of the select few Hunter Douglas Gallery dealers. A family-owned and operated company, Colby's experienced staff will work with you in choosing the best treatments for your home or office, and offer free measuring and expert installation. Colby's also carries an extensive line of decorative fabrics including Schumacher, Durley, Tebow, and more. Or browse over 400 books in our wallpaper library from famous designers such as Stroheim, Schumacher, Ralph Lauren, Tebow, and York. Take advantage of our Fashion in Motion savings event with savings and rebates on Hunter Douglas shades with Power Rise technology. Colby's of Ridgefield. We are committed to your complete satisfaction. 203-438-8531.
The long winter is finally astern. Bait is invading the harbors, coves, and inlets. Stripers, fluke, and porgies are on the move. In the streams and lakes, trout, smallmouth, largemouth, and walleye have moved out of hibernation. At the dock shop, it's all systems go. And now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, and their newest location at 609 Riverside Avenue in Westport. Bait, tackle, apparel, and of course, all the marine and nautical accessories that they're known for are ready for you at the dock shop. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Visit us at dockshop.com.
Kycote Rockefeller Estate is Westchester County's top cultural attraction and is now open for the season. Don't miss out. Go online to hudsonvalley.org to plan your visit. Take a drive out to beautiful Sleepy Hollow, New York, and enjoy Kycote's stunning architecture, breathtaking gardens, expansive art galleries, and commanding Hudson River views. From World Hall to expertly tended gardens, there's something for everyone. Kycote Rockefeller Estate, a National Trust for Historic Preservation landmark.
Now you can keep up with what's happening in Darien with the convenience of the Darien Times Online. Your choice. Print or digital subscription for just $45 a year. Or get the print and digital bundle for just $25 a year. To subscribe to the Darien.com/CIRC or call the circulation department at 203-894-3388. The Darien Times, now in print and online. Don't miss a single issue. Subscribe today.
You're listening to Hersam Acorn Radio.
And we're back with you in New Canaan. Beautiful day.
Beautiful.
Excellent job by you.
Excellent job, Rob.
And we didn't coordinate today, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Anyway,
I wished I had known that I was supposed to wear the blue shirts.
I know, it's uniform day. And
wait. Guys,
different
blue
topic.
out in New Canaan. You don't know
That
this.
is very true. No, we do know this all too well, for sure. Anyway, I'm Rob Adams. Marty Hersam alongside of me for this hour of our coverage here in New Canaan. And I'm a history guy. I'll readily admit I'm a history buff, love it, and Tucker Murphy has showed up with some great stuff. Tucker, first of all, great to see you.
Thanks. Nice to see you guys, too.
You know, one of the very first things we did on HAN Radio, you stopped in and recorded something with me a long time ago. It seems like a long time ago, early 2014, believe it or not. So, but you've got some great pictures here that we want to go through.
So, you know, this year, obviously, every year that we have the sidewalk sale is an exciting day for us, but we learned this year was going to be the anniversary of our 50th Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale. We were lucky enough to have an intern work with us this summer, and we sent her over to the Historical Society, and she came up with a lot of these photographs, most of which came from actually the New Canaan Advertiser, but photographs and stories about all the different years. We go back from 1965 was the first one, and what we thought we would do tomorrow is have these out at our booth, and we thought it would be fun if people could go around and see if they could identify everyone.
That is great.
We have had a couple people, we've used them on our social, a couple of people send us something saying, "Oh, that's my grandmother," and I remember that one. So aren't they great?
Yeah, they really are.
So this is 1985. We're
right,
looking at
1985, and then we've got, this is actually an ad from the very first one in 1965. And I thought was funny, in one of the stories that I believe you wrote in 1965, it goes to show you that times haven't changed much, that the advertiser said you received 6 letters from people who said that they thought that we are so people will complain no matter what.
No matter what.
But I thought it was kind of fun to see some of the merchants that are listed on here are still here today. I see that you just had Stewart's Market here. They're
Yes.
one of the
Sure.
the merchants that were here, and Carl Chevrolet and Taylor's Luggage. And then some of the stories. It's fun to see some of the pricing of some of the items.
Yeah.
And then when you look at this old car, it just kind of gives you some ideas of what was going on. And then we've got, now we're to 1974, 1978. Here's 85. And, 85 is not that long ago. I look at these pictures. Some of them look like they're 1905.
Yeah.
But
I know. It's so.
Look at the hats.
I know the hats
oh
and
my
all
gosh,
the fun.
I remember those hats.
And then the other thing that we thought was really fun was when you looked at some of them, you could see some scaffolding, so some of the building that was going on during the time. This was obviously something that the state of Connecticut brought in to remind people why you should wear your seatbelt. The convincer.
The
convincer, why you should wear a seatbelt.
Cool.
Now this gives me a heart attack because I think if that's the few amount of people that show up to the sidewalk sale, it's all in vain. But at any rate, that was probably the end of the day.
Well, I'll bet you anything that photo was taken by Sid Greenberg, and he had the fire department set him up on the
he
on
must
the chair.
have.
Yeah,
He must
no kidding.
Yeah.
And then we get, this is one of the last ones, and as I say, we will have these all around tomorrow for everyone to have a look at. But we've got some cheerleaders selling some pretzels and what have you. So we just thought that was a fun way to commemorate the 50 years.
Look at this Village Fair A Go-Go in Business Center.
Yes.
Oh
Isn't that
my
great?
gosh, that's
That is
terrific.
awesome.
So we're going to bring out some Sharpie pens and let people just sign away and tell us if they can tell us who someone was or what they were selling. And actually, we're going to do one other thing, which is going to be kind of fun tomorrow. It's pure ceremonial, but we noticed in one of the pictures that they used to have a ribbon cutting at every sidewalk sale. So tomorrow morning at 9 earlier, a fun ribbon back. We think that's a great way to kick off the day.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
that's all part of the plan tomorrow.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah.
So obviously, big day tomorrow.
Big day.
Interestingly enough, it no matter when the sidewalk sales are, it's always hot and humid.
Always.
And you're going to get it tomorrow.
We're going to get it tomorrow, and everybody knows that, and we just remind everybody to wear cool clothing, drink lots of fluids.
Right.
And the one thing we would say when it comes to the weather is, I know everyone loves to bring their dogs downtown, and we love to see it, but if it is really hot, you might want to think about leaving them at home.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's, you know what, it's crazy to say this, but we're actually excited about the forecast because when it's a beautiful, beautiful day, everyone tends to go off to the beach or go to the pool or work in the yard.
Yeah.
This way, when the day's a little bit iffy, we'll get everyone down here, and we obviously want it to be dry, but we think we're going to have a great day. We've got a huge lineup of merchants this year, way sold out. We've had to turn people away this last couple of weeks.
Wow.
So we're really looking forward to a great day.
That's both. That's kind of a mixed blessing. You're thrilled to be full, but at the same time, kind of heartbreaking to say, no, we can't do it this year.
And I think part of what makes our sidewalk sales more unique from other towns is that it's a village fair and sidewalk sale. While there's a lot of selling going on, there's also all of our good local nonprofits are getting a chance to be here and tell everyone about what they do and their efforts. So it's an informational time for people as well. And this year we took advantage of putting booths all the way down to the end of Forest Street. We've usually gone about halfway down.
Yeah.
We've got some great vendors, so we really encourage everyone to get down to Forest Street tomorrow as well.
And you mentioned staying hydrated, and of course that leads us to talk about the great restaurants and all the great things here in town. There's so much good stuff.
So much going on. There's going to be great food. We are going to set up our pop-up park tomorrow, so we'll have the School of Rock in there and the town band playing for you, and we'll have tables and chairs set up so people can grab some food and sit down and relax and enjoy the day. We're really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's an exhausting day, but at the end of the day, it's such a good exhaustion.
Well, so Tucker, just real quick, I know you don't like to make it about you, but you are everywhere around town, and you really are a champion for all these merchants. And sometimes you do a phenomenal job, and sometimes it's a thankless job from time to time. But with regards to the sidewalk sales, I mean, I know that's a huge day, and you're swamped, and you're running from dawn till dusk on the ski. Talk a little bit about just what the logistics of actually putting an event this massive on it.
Back to why ours are different from other communities is we actually shut down some of our main streets, and that obviously right there makes the logistics piece a little bit more complicated. We get great cooperation from the town. We hire officers, but we shut down the entire street. We have to make sure our big tonight
and then we come in tomorrow
right.
morning and that's there. But we're good about that. We've got some great signage up already. And just getting these vendors into, everybody would like to be under shade in this corner near electricity. It's like seating a wedding.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
You got to make sure that everybody's happy with where they are. And not everybody is all the little anecdotes. Like to come down and talk about their, and we put them right across the street from each other every year, and we always flip-flop them. So nobody can ever come back and say, one year I was in the sun every year and they weren't. We're just make them go back and forth.
That's
all
smart.
of those kinds of things you have to keep in mind.
Yeah.
But certainly beyond that, we have to make sure that we have got facilities available for people, that we've got the parking situations all taken care of. The town has graciously allowed for all parking to be free in the municipal lots tomorrow. Just everybody has to be parked legally, of course.
Right.
And we really would encourage people. The best parking, I think, of all is going to be in the train commuter lot. There's plenty of parking there, and so we just ask everybody to park there if possible.
And it kind of gets you out of the area a little faster. It helps facilitate in and out. Yeah,
Yep.
That's a smarter move for everyone.
Right.
Everything looks great here in New Canaan. You've got to be loving the way everything is.
Oh, you know what? We love New Canaan. I call it my office. The whole place is my office. But I went away a couple of weeks ago, and I was gone for 4 days, and I drove back into town, and I think it takes leaving town to come back to town. You say, wow, this place really is. Very tired. Look.
Pictures are just standing.
Come and check them out tomorrow. We want everybody to come down and see everything that was going on over the last 50 years.
And where will these be located, Tucker?
Our booth will be down in front of the Moreno clock down by Ralph Lauren.
Yep.
The chamber booth, that's a great information. Obviously, any issues, come find us there. There will be someone there. We'll have these on display for people to check out.
Great.
All right.
Tucker, thank
Tucker
you
Murphy,
so much.
Executive Director, New Canaan Chamber of Commerce. She's everywhere all the time.
1247. And she is. She's all over the place here in New Canaan. 1247, 77 degrees now, because Andrew Frateroli has told me it has gotten warmer. High of 80 today, 67 tonight with a chance of showers after midnight. And I'll tell you what, there is a breeze that is rolling through here from time to time that is just outstanding. So what a great day here. Once in a while you notice the clouds getting a little puffier and the sun might disappear for a second, but then it comes right back out. So can't ask for much more from here in New Canaan as we welcome our latest guest. And I have to admit, I'm trying to read your handwriting, so how do we pronounce your name?
Kristen Raza.
Raza. Thank you so much.
From
Nice
Halo.
to see you.
Yes, from Halo.
So Halo is a really interesting new business in town.
Brand new.
Yeah. So, but it's a very unique setup that you guys have. So let's dive right in, because I know a little bit about it, but I want to know a lot more. So.
Well, Halo is a collaborative community of health and wellness practitioners, and we have three main pillars of our business model. We've got our anchor tenants, which are individually run businesses, and they all make their home at Halo. So it covers anything from Pilates to life coaching to yoga to green juice to Norwalk Hospital. We've got a full group of anchor tenants there.
Right.
We've got our open studios, Halo Studios, that any other small health and wellness business can come and rent. They can rent by the hour, they can rent regularly, they can make a weekly appearance so that they do their classes or services every week. And then we have Halo Fitness, which is a standalone business within Halo, and that's a fitness center, and you come and get your workout in.
So it really is a turnkey health and wellness. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's all there.
Everything under one roof to make it easy, to make it accessible.
Model.
Well, is 2015.
Right.
So we're just still kind of navigating the waters ourselves in our efforts to educate people how this is different from a typical gym. It's not a gym.
Well, tell us about your role specifically.
Sure. Well, I have a background in health and fitness. I have a background in human resources and corporate, and I came in technically on a consulting basis to help set up and strategize.
Great.
And run operations. Is phrase is a bit overused, but really does encompass what true wellness is. It's not just movement, which is your exercise. It's not just nutrition, it's what we're fueling our body with. It's also our stress level, our what's going on in our mind, our mental and emotional state, and then our numbers, all of our health scores. What those look like. And our ultimate goal and vision in the future is that we're going to really expand this to something very unique, where people will have the Halo app, the Halo, sort of Apple Watch of Halo, where they have all their numbers. And when you come into Halo, our concierge can direct you. So, this is what's going on with you. Well, we've got yoga for that, or you have rehab for that, or we've got a great green juice cleanse for that. So that kind of really customized approach to your health, so that you're feeling good, even beyond what a typical fitness regime would look like.
Well beyond it.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're located at 45 Grove Street. You can find them at halostudios.com. And Kristen, thank you so much for a few minutes.
Thank you.
Great to see you. Kristen Raza from Halo Studios as we continue on here. 77 degrees here in New Canaan. Great day. We'll pause for a break. We'll come back. It is 12:52 here on HANradio.com and streaming live on the Hersam Acorn Network.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. Stratford Smile.com.
Did you know that taking dance lessons is a great date night idea? Arthur Murray Grand Ballroom of Greenwich Rumba. The dance for are the wedding dance specialists. Advantage of our new student offer, only $49. Call 203-769-1800. Visit us online at arthurmurraygreenwich.com.
It's grilling season, and Walter Stewart's Market is your local destination for the finest grill-ready certified Angus beef strip steaks, skirt steaks, 100% grass-fed ribeyes, all-natural pork ribs, Arthur Ave-style kebabs, fresh-cut veg, delicious grab-and-go salads, chilled rosé wine, and ice-cold craft brews right next door. Walter Stewart's, your fresh local market. 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and shop online for groceries and wine delivered to your door at stewartsmarket.com.
It's easy to advertise on HANradio.com. Reach 263,000 listeners each month with our sports programming and talk programming. Call Marianne Hersam at 203-417-5199.
A variety of food trucks, hands-on activities, live music, of women's tennis, and the Men's Legends event. The 2015 United Technologies, August 21st through the 29th. Get your tickets today at ctopen.org.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com.
And we're back with you in New Canaan, getting ready for the big event tomorrow, which is already kind of kicked off, Marty.
I would say so, Rob. We certainly kicked it off.
Yeah, absolutely. Some folks doing some sidewalk sales up and down Elm Street now, and we have another guest with us here. He is Phil Williams. He is from New Canaan Music at 135 Elm Street right here in New Canaan. And Phil, thank you for a few minutes of your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Tell us about New Canaan Music.
New Canaan Music actually opened 2 years ago on the Sidewalk Sale Day, so this is our second anniversary of being open.
Yeah. Congratulations!
So we're really excited. I think 2 years is a big mark. I'm hoping for our store, and we're going to be celebrating it with all sorts of things going on at the Sidewalk Sale. We're going to have a wheel spinning for try your luck to see which prize you'll end up with. Discounts, lessons, you name it.
Wheel of music. I like it.
Wheel of music. So, Phil, you guys you opened 2 years ago, but you do some really cool stuff at the store, not the least of which is the concert you have down the alley.
That's right. Yeah, last year we started off with sessions in the alley. We had G.E. Smith, who joined us
Yeah,
and played, a big
really
name
cool.
that we had. We also did a indoor session in the alley in January when it was too cold to be in the alley. We had Bakiti Kumalo, who's Paul Simon's bass player. He was in town rehearsing for a tour of Asia that Paul was doing, and he sat in with us for that.
What is the state of it these days, and what do you do to kind of stand out?
Well, the brick and mortar aspect of a music store is really the personal touch. We've got a great staff. Jim, my manager, really goes above and beyond. We really go the extra yard for our customers, and they know if they're buying something from us, we'll back it up and stand behind it. And we've also got a lot of lessons going on. We do lessons and band and orchestra instrument rentals. It's right in town. People can come right in and see us, be there with us. It's no waiting for something to come in the mail, no Amazon sort of thing like that. So it's just being a part of the community, and that's really what we are.
I'm a music dad, so my son plays the alto saxophone.
So let's talk a little bit about what's popular. When someone wanders in your store, like, I want to learn an instrument. What?
A good starter instrument that we've done very well with, amazingly so, is the ukulele. It has
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
That is cool.
It's 4 strings, so it's a little more approachable. It's easy on the ears. It's just a kind of a soft, soothing sound.
Yep.
As opposed to when somebody picks up, say, a clarinet for the first time. It's a little different.
That can be a little rough on the ears for sure.
Yeah. That serves a couple of purposes, right? One, it's a launching pad for actually learning how to read music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next step would be 6-string.
Yep.
Right. So, and the typical everybody wants to be a guitar hero, and I'm sure you get a lot of people.
Oh yes.
You get people who come in and they played the video game forever, and now they want to just they think it's simple, and it's not.
Yep, they learn the intricacies of the instrument. And that's really what our instructors do. They teach the instrument, they teach reading. It's more than just kind of hearing something and say, I want to sound like that. They understand really what the mechanics are that go into it. And it actually, if the process of reading, it helps your logic functions. It's actually good for the brain. It's been proven.
And how did you, excuse me, Rob, how did you get into this, and where did you start musically?
I've been playing guitar since high school, college, had a band, still do. I've always been working on guitars, instruments, building them, and I had been working in television production for 20 years and decided it was time to hang up my Metro North monthly commutation and do something that I could really pour my heart into and really, really enjoy and do.
Marty kind of started the same question that I was going to ask, which was, I know you play in a band currently, and spend a moment on that.
Yeah, we call ourselves the Scavengers. We play around in the area. We've got an acoustic show we're doing this Wednesday at South End, Wednesday, July 22nd at South End, Scavengers Light, so it's going to be myself, Duke McGinnis, my guitar player, playing with me, and Jim O'Neill will be playing bass. We hopefully will have a couple of surprise guest players come up and join us, perhaps some percussion. Either Nani Assis and or Johnny Bates will be there with us.
Nice.
Cool.
So yeah, we get out there and play, so come on out and see us.
Be glad to do so.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Phil?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you again for having me. It's been a pleasure.
It's been great. New Canaan Music, 135 Elm Street, New Canaan. Website?
www.newcanaanmusic.com.
There you go. Go out and see them, take a lesson, and music's so great. Phil, thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you again for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Right. Just about to the end of this hour, we're going to step out, and I believe Kate and John are coming now after this.
It's Specializing in children's birthday parties with your child's favorite characters. When you want to party hardy, when you need to celebrate, call us, we won't be late. We help create lasting memories for you and your child on their special day. Call us at 203-590 and to lots of
Picturesque downtown Ridgefield at 13 Governor Street. Colby's is the area's premier retailer for blinds, shades, shutters, and draperies, and is one of the select few Hunter Douglas Gallery dealers. A family-owned and operated company, Colby's experienced staff will work with you in choosing the best treatments for your home or office and offer free measuring and expert installation. Colby's also extensive line of decorative fabrics including Vantage saving with rebate with power. We are committed to your 438531.
The long winter is finally astern. Bait is invading the harbors, coves, and inlets. Stripers, fluke, and porgies are on the move. In the streams and lakes, trout, smallmouth, largemouth, and walleye have moved out of hibernation. At the dock shop, it's and they're
Westchester County's top cultural attraction and is now open for the season. Don't miss out. Go online to hudsonvalley.org to plan your visit. Take a drive out to beautiful Sleepy Hollow, New York, and enjoy Kycut's stunning architecture, breathtaking gardens, expansive art galleries, and commanding Hudson River views. From world-class art by Picasso and Warhol to expertly tended gardens, there's something for everyone. Kycut Rockefeller Estates, a National Trust for Historic Preservation landmark.
Now you can keep up with what's happening in Darien with the convenience of the Darien Times Online. Your choice. Print or digital subscription for just $45 a year. Or get the print and digital bundle for just $10 more, $55 a year. To subscribe to the Darien Times, go to hersamsecure.com/CIRC or call the circulation department at 203-894-3388. The Darien Times, now in print and online. Don't miss a single issue. Subscribe today. This is your coffee break on HANradio.com.
And we're back live from New Canaan in preparation for this weekend's street fair and sidewalk sale. Kate Chaplinsky with John Kovach and the rest of our team. And John, we have another guest, Emily Challen. And Emily, you're with Karen Forbes.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the store.
Okay, so the store is located on 111 Main Street, across the street from Connecticut Muffin. She has a lot of really awesome, trendy clothes that we are so excited to show on the sidewalk sale tomorrow.
Yeah. And how long have you been there?
I've been there for almost 2 years now, working as like a social media PR kind of person for her. So I run a lot of her social media accounts. She's very popular on Instagram. And we just started a Snapchat as well.
Oh, fun. And now when you say trendy, I mean, what are some of the big styles right now that people are looking for?
We have a lot of like cool kimonos that are really in right now, a lot of nice tunics for like over beachwear kind of stuff, and a lot of really unique jewelry as well.
Wow. And so how long has Karen Forbes been there?
Karen has been there, I think it's around like 6 years now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. She's been there for a while. She's really amazing. She always has so much going on, but she's an awesome person to work with.
And so you personally, what do you like about being in New Canaan?
Well, I've grown up here my whole life. I've lived here my whole life. I really like the small town feel of it, and I love how the community is getting together for the sidewalk sale like we have done every year. I remember it since I was really little. A really awesome way to promote businesses in this town.
Yeah. So is the store doing anything special for Saturday?
We do. We have a couple of surprises that are going to have to do with our Instagram and new Snapchat. So you're going to have to come out and check us out. We have cool decorations and stuff. We're really, really excited.
Wow. And so where can people find more about you guys on Instagram and such?
Yes, we have Instagram. We also have a very popular Facebook page. It's just Karen Forbes. That's always her tagline. So if you just search Karen Forbes, she'll always pop up.
Now, do you introduce new styles and new designs via the social media, or are we going to see a live rollout on Sidewalk Sale Day?
We will. We'll be having a live feed on Snapchat, actually, during the Sidewalk Sale. We always roll out like our new stuff. She always posts pictures of it on Instagram and Facebook, so we're always keeping our people updated.
Yeah, and are you seeing that that's how people are finding out about you guys?
Yes, a lot of people through Instagram mostly and Facebook. That's like a big part of our store.
Yeah, and what kind of demographic would you say or ages do you guys kind of cater to? Is it it's kind of spread out?
It's really spread out, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of like market to like teenagers and older. We do get a lot of young girls that come into the store and like older women too that really like our jewelry and stuff. So it's really widespread. We're versatile.
That's great. I'm sure you have a lot of fashion questions for Emily.
Oh, tons. Absolutely. I don't even know where to start, Kate.
You're just so overwhelmed by
Just
it.
overwhelmed with fashion ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see what you guys have planned for tomorrow.
Yeah,
All
we're
these
so
surprises.
excited. Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, Emily Challen.
Yeah, thank you
of
so
Karen
much.
Forbes. Thanks so much for coming on and
Thank
chatting with
you.
us.
Sunny up to 77 here in downtown New Canaan. Just a gorgeous day. Getting up to about 80. Lows 67 tonight. Chance of showers after midnight. Believe they're expecting them to clear out tomorrow morning early in time for the sidewalk sales. Another guest joining us, and it is Janet Lindstrom of the New Canaan Historical Society. She is executive director of the Historical Society, chairman of the Historic District Commission. Janet, great to see you again. New Canaan really a town that embraces its history, and this is a special year with it being the 50th annual Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale.
I think it definitely does embrace its history, and indeed it's the 50th of the Sidewalk Sale. It's the 125th of the Historical Society.
Congratulations.
Wow. And indeed, I brought something because we're in front of this wonderful theater, which was actually opened in 1923.
Wow.
And in 1923, it showed the Down to the Sea in ships.
I've heard that.
And here, in 60-year anniversary, the Historical Society did a redo of that show. And pictured in this is the woman who was in the show, who, believe it or not, was the mother of a favorite friend of New Canaan, Skip Sisson.
Oh, wow.
And so I think it's a fact that's really interesting.
That's
Probably
terrific.
It's lost to so many people.
Wow.
But we're so interested in keeping things like this wonderful theater, which was designed by Calvin Kiesling. And he actually had a whole design for all of Elm Street. That didn't go through, though.
It is an absolutely beautiful building inside and out. And New Canaan has really fought the good fight to save this now more than once. They were afraid they were going to lose it when a chain built a multiplex in a neighboring town. Their goal was to close this theater and channel all of the traffic to the multiplex. That was fought off. The theater was rescued by some good people who stepped in and kept it operating as an independent community movie theater. And now we're looking again where the town is looking at its involvement in the movie theater. What do people want to see happen, those who are historically sensitive?
Well, of course, we're very interested in keeping the image and the facade of the theater. And many people who often come to the Historical Society for the advertisers' Friday morning meetings have discussed this, and they're very interested in keeping a theater in New Canaan because they feel that that's one of the things that's important to bringing people in town and to keeping the village feeling.
New Canaan strives for that village feeling, and you look, there was a time when every downtown had a movie theater. Now that's more of a village thing. New Canaan has stressed its village feel, and it's held on to it in part because it has this movie theater that we're in front of, and we thank them for letting us set up here, and thank the Chamber for their help, and the Historical Society for all you do and letting us host the coffee there. What other historical landmarks are we looking at this year?
Well, this year, because we are on our 125th year, we are trying to do a whole lot of different things. We're going to, in September, have a grand finale, which is involved with cars in New Canaan, and you know that's something that's also very big in New Canaan. And we also right now have some excellent exhibits, and I think sometimes people don't realize how much we have in the way of visitation. We have a cartoonist exhibit and a lecture by one of the last functioning cartoonists on the 26th of July at 2 o'clock. And we have a wonderful textile exhibit on cashmere shawls that's going on. Wow. And all these are going on through the summer. So hopefully people will stop by and see what's happening at the Historical Society.
And you're open regularly. You have regular hours that people can drop in.
For the exhibits, they're all in the townhouse, which was the first town hall of New Canaan. And
I did not know that.
Ah, yes. And people, that's why it was called the townhouse. And when people come, we are able to accommodate them Tuesday through Friday from 9:30 to 4, and then again on Saturday from 9:30 to 12.
Awesome. Great stuff. And that's a great picture.
Isn't that fun?
I
just love it.
Well, you'll be set up tomorrow. You usually are here.
We are going to be here, and we have some of our publications. We have things on the modern movement in Canaan, which is the big historical thing. And indeed, we have a few little textiles and other. And everybody loves postcards.
Yes.
So we have postcards too. So I hope they'll stop by and see us.
Thank you so much, Janet Lindstrom, Executive Director of the New Canaan Historical Society.
Thank you for coming by.
77 and sunny here. We've got a little bit of cloud cover. A great breeze has blown up. It's helped kind of cut the heat a little bit.
Yeah.
But it is a forebearer of showers tonight. They are expected to clear up in time to start the sidewalk sales. Sidewalk sales, as Tucker Murphy, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, told us, they officially open 9 o'clock. There'll be a ribbon cutting tomorrow morning to replicate the first sidewalk sale. But really, people start milling around as soon as the merchandise starts to come out. And we talk about the history of New Canaan, and we could not talk about it without mentioning the business that our next guest is coming from, and that's Carl Chevrolet. Been here forever. Leo Carl joining us. Thank you so much for stopping by. Great to see you again.
How you doing, John?
Good. How you been?
Good to be here. Beautiful day for a stroll on Elm Street.
Yes.
You can always see the latest Chevys down at the end of Elm Street. You guys will be set up there again?
Yes, we'll be. Actually, we're at the corner of Main and Elm.
Oh,
the cornerstone of the Advertiser.
Very cool.
That's been our Tucker moved us there a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Got us at the center of the attraction, I guess.
Oh, that's a good idea. I mean, so why does Carl Chevrolet want to be so involved in the community and really be part of events like this?
Just community involvement is part of our nature. Our staff and our family just has always believed in participating in the community. And whether it's the sidewalk sale or most any other event that goes on in town, we're somehow connected in some way. The sidewalk sale has always been a great way. It's a fun day, a lot of people out and about. And we don't actually sell a lot of cars on Elm Street, although we have in the past. But it's a great way to see customers, and we usually try to provide a little diversion, mostly for kids, so parents can get out and shop a little bit. The last few years we've coordinated with the YMCA, and we're going to do that again this year. We'll have a rock climbing wall and a photo booth set up, so add a little activity.
Yeah, you've always got something for the kids, and that I think is important because it is a day of shopping, even though it's outside. Yeah. But you give the kids that distraction. You generally tend to have some pretty newer model stuff out there. What's new coming up this fall when the new model year starts for Chevrolet?
Actually, I mean, Chevrolet's been on a really amazing roll with new product lately, and this fall I actually just was in Las Vegas a few weeks ago and got to see the all-new 2016 Camaro. Took some hot laps in the Z06 Stingray, which was pretty awesome.
Oh, that had it. What an awful job you
yeah,
had.
That was
tough. Yeah.
Probably the most exciting, two really exciting products that are coming out this fall and winter is the 2016 Chevy Volt, next generation electric car. And then a little later next year, the Bolt, B-O-L-T, which is a 200-plus mile range pure electric vehicle that will really compete with Tesla and I think make a big statement in the marketplace.
Are you moving a lot of electric vehicles?
You know, it's been a trend that admittedly slowed down a little bit as fuel prices drop, but the bottom line is there's a lot of consumers out there that have realized that they can do their everyday driving on a few dollars of electricity instead of $10 or $20 of gas, and it makes a big difference when you start adding it up every day.
What about hybrids? Are they still hot?
Hybrids they continue to evolve. Another new model Chevy has coming out will be the 2016 Malibu. They're going to offer a true hybrid version of the Malibu that'll get over 50 miles per gallon, which will be the highest rated midsize car for fuel economy.
I could deal with
when
that.
It comes out.
Got first car I remember. My father had it was a 66 Malibu.
And it is a beautiful car.
In that lovely pale yellow color that
nice.
Chevy used to do everything in. Now, you go back through the history. We just had Janet Lindstrom on. You go back through the archives of the Advertiser. The Carl family's mark is on the history of this town, basically forever, Kate. Leo, how has preserving the sanctity of the Village District helped New Canaan hold on to its heritage?
You know, I think that's, if I step back and try to figure out what's the essence of New Canaan, I really believe it's the quintessential New England village. It's got a really compact downtown area it's not intersected by any main highways. It's surrounded by residential area. And it really is at the core of what makes New Canaan unique. And there's not very many towns in Connecticut or in the rest of New England that you can find that are as pure of downtown business district that we have. And it really makes it a unique experience. We've got a lot of great dining options for people out of town to come in and a lot of shops. And tomorrow at the sidewalk sale, they're all on display. So good day.
So they see you down at Main and Elm, see what you've got out there.
Take a walk.
The
a couple
impulse
blocks,
buy, where do they go?
Just a couple more blocks down past the train station on Elm Street and come to the showroom, and we'll have cars to drive and bargains at hand.
Nice. Can they find you online too?
We're online, carldirect.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can follow us pretty much anywhere.
261 Elm Street, the address. Leo Carl Chevrolet, thank you for everything your family has done for New Canaan for really years and years and years. Sunny, 77 here, getting up to 80. We are going to step out, come back, and talk a little more about the village of New Canaan as we get ready for the 50th annual Village Fair and Sidewalk Sales on an expanded coffee break on HANradio.com, streaming live on the Hersam Acorn Network.
Your child has fallen and broken his arm. You need to see an orthopedist fast. Think Coastal Ortho Express in Norwalk. Don't wait hours in the ER. Save a trip and money by going straight to an orthopedic specialist at Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care in Norwalk. No appointment necessary. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, 203-845-2070. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or call 203-845-2070. Fast.
A variety of food trucks, hands-on activities, live music, a different theme every night, plus top women's tennis. It's the 2015 Connecticut Open presented by United Technologies. Be there as some of the world's best competed at the largest pro tennis event in New England. And catch famous players John McEnroe, James Blake, and more in the men's Legends event presented by PowerShares Series. It all adds up to one legendary week, August 21st through the 29th, at the Connecticut Tennis Center in New Haven. Get your tickets at ctopen.org.
The long winter is finally astern. Bait is invading the harbors, coves, and inlets. Stripers, fluke, and porgies are on the move. In the streams and lakes, trout, smallmouth, largemouth, and walleye have moved out of hibernation. At the dock shop, it's all systems go. And now in 2 locations. 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, and their newest location at 609 Riverside Avenue in Westport. Bait, tackle, apparel, and of course, all the marine and nautical accessories that they're known for are ready for you at the Dock Shop. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Visit us at dockshop.com.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332. And online at stratfordsmile.com.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com.
Welcome back to New Canaan, an expanded coffee break coming to you. We're in front of the New Canaan Playhouse. We're right in the heart of New Canaan on Elm Street, getting ready for the 50th Annual Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale. John Kovach with you. Kate Chaplinsky stepped out for a moment. I've got two guests from one of the cornerstones of the community that is New Canaan that we've talked about so much today. Kristen Sinatra to my left, Director of Marketing for Waveney Care Center. To her left, Joanne Boyer, who is Director of Development, Waveney Life Care Network. Started as Waveney Care Center 40 years ago. Congratulations on that milestone.
Thank you. It's been quite an evolution.
It's been nonprofit health care on the edge of a park for 40 years. What sets Waveney apart?
There's so many unique points of difference, it's hard to name them all. But as a not-for-profit, I think what makes us really special is that we're mission-driven. And our mission is literally to evolve and reinvent ourselves over 4 decades now to meet and exceed the growing and changing needs of seniors.
And you've constantly done that. You've done a number of cutting-edge projects, correct, Joanne?
Right, that is correct. And one of the other things, since we are a not-for-profit, we are able to do a lot of fundraising.
Yes.
And to go back to what you were saying, the community has supported us that entire time, and whether it's our annual appeals or whether it's our golf and tennis outings, that is one other thing that distinguishes us as a not-for-profit.
I remember some of the big galas, too.
Yes, yes.
As being really milestone events when staggering amounts of money were raised to allow this nonprofit health care.
Right.
At that time, when we built the Village, which is our assisted living residence that's completely dedicated to memory care, which opened in 2001, that was the biggest capital campaign New Canaan had ever seen at that point in time. That was led by Dick White.
And they raised over $10 million, so that's what you're recalling. And then there was this gala. Right.
And that was just an incredible outing. But year after year, the community of New Canaan has supported the Waveney Life Care Network. What has engendered that sort of support?
I think the community itself realizes that that's a gem. And it was founded by the community, and they realize what it has done for generations and generations to come. And one of the things I do have to mention is when I saw Leo Carl here, it reminded me because we just had our golf and tennis outing, 13th annual, and they, from the get-go, supported the event. And this year, for the first time, we had a hole-in-one. So somebody actually won the Corvette that Carl Chevrolet put up. So that was very exciting, and it was a win-win situation for everyone except the insurance company, we decided.
What course was that at?
That is the Country Club in New Canaan. So again, it's all community, and all supported. by all the different organizations locally.
I think also we're consistently delivering upon our promise to bring quality health care. It's all about quality. As a not-for-profit, every cent we make gets reinvested into our services, so we can strive for the utmost in quality. I think that's mirrored by our perfect 5-star rating. Just the support we get from the community. We deliver upon what we say we're going to do.
Now, an event like Sidewalk Sales, does that give you an opportunity to reach out to the community?
You know, we're not at this year's Sidewalk Sale. However, we are represented because we work very closely with a lot of the organizations that are there.
A few years back to the New Canaan Community Foundation, they'll invite not-for-profits to help with their booths. So, I mean, we did that a couple years ago. So they rotate that in and out a little bit. So we did that, I think it was 2 years ago.
But that makes a lot of sense,
right,
you know. How can somebody get information on Waveney Life Care Network?
There's so many ways, and I think we're diversified online and in print enough for people. Our priority is to be easily findable. So they can visit waveney.org, our website, or they can follow us on social media. We have a great following. We have over 3,400 followers on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Lots of different opportunities to interact with us.
I remember from my time here, it's always been a very special gem in New Canaan. Great job keeping it going. Kristen Sinatra, Joanne Boyer of Waveney Care Network. We're almost to 80 degrees here in New Canaan. A nice breeze cooling things off. We're in downtown New Canaan, right on Elm Street, right in front of the New Canaan Playhouse. An expanded coffee break as we get ready for the 50th Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale. We're going to step out for a minute and be right back on HANradio.com, streaming live on the Hersam Acorn Network.
It's Lots of Characters, specializing in children's birthday parties with your child's favorite characters. When you want to party hardy, when you need to celebrate, call us, we won't be late. We help create lasting memories for you and your child on their special day. Call us at 203-590-1791 or visit our website at lotsofcharacters.org for more information and to see our party packages. Lots of Characters, 203-590-1791 or online at lotsofcharacters.org.
Located in the heart of picturesque downtown Ridgefield at 13 Governor Street, Colby's is the area's premier retailer for blinds, shades, shutters, and draperies, and is one of the select few Hunter Douglas Gallery dealers. A family-owned and operated company, Colby's experienced staff will work with you in choosing the best treatments for your home or office and offer free measuring and expert installation. Colby's also carries an extensive line of decorative fabrics including Schumacher, Durley, Tebow, and more. Or browse over 400 books in our wallpaper library from famous designers such as Stroheim, Schumacher, Ralph Lauren, Tebow, and York. Take advantage of our Fashion in Motion savings event with savings and rebates on Hunter Douglas shades with Power Rise technology. Colby's of Ridgefield. We are committed to your complete satisfaction. 203-438-8531. You're listening to Hersam Acorn Radio.
Welcome back to your coffee break, an expanded coffee break coming to you live from the New Canaan Village District, downtown shopping, all nice, centralized, walking distance, and it's going to be pedestrians only on Saturday, the 50th Village Fair and Sidewalk Sales. That's why we're here. Another landmark milestone coming up this year, L'Armoire celebrating 30 years in business.
And we
in
can
September.
tell by the fabulously outfitted woman next to us, Diane Roth. Diane, welcome.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you for having me.
So you're coming up on a big milestone, 30 years.
30 years.
Wow.
Frightening thought, yes.
A very exciting thought, actually, that you've
Yeah.
been here and seen the village evolve, yet hold on to what makes it special.
Yes, it's still mainly owner-operated businesses, which is great. It hasn't gone to all the chains and everything else. So.
Fiercely resisted that.
Fiercely
for years.
resisted, yes.
And done a good job of it.
Yeah, well, it makes it unique. You know, it's one of the few places you can walk in a store and people know who you are. I think we all want that.
Right.
That's important with what you do with L'Armoire because you're outfitting people, you're dressing them.
Yes, and we do their wardrobe, but we don't just sell them a dress. You know, I'll people send me itineraries for trips, and I'll help them figure out what to wear and how to pack it, and I can send them for 6 weeks of carry-on, so the husbands love me.
Yeah, wow.
Now, you mentioned you solved some fashion dilemmas. Can you tell us about what some of those dilemmas might be?
Well, I had a client that was being honored. She'd written a paper. She's a psychiatrist and was being honored in South Africa. So she was presenting her paper and had to be in a suit. And then they were going on a safari. And then they were going to be guests of a winery.
Oh, wow.
So, but it had to go on carry-on.
Now,
So
being the
what do you
man,
bring? Yeah.
Yeah, see, being the man, I'm listening to this, and I'm like,
Same
this
outfit.
thing is
Work
getting
for everything.
heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier.
No, it all went in her. She pulled her own luggage.
Nice. That's
Went
how
in
to
one
do this.
little wheelie with one little carry-on.
See, that's perfect.
Yeah,
That's what we,
she was very happy.
men must love that you can do that.
They do. I get a lot of
Lot of thank
husbands
you notes.
saying yes, thank you, thank you.
Saving
but
a
I
lot
have
of
a
backs.
lot of women going, no, but I need choices. I need. I'm like, no, you don't.
As long as you get it right once, right? You only need that
Exactly.
perfect outfit. So, Diane, obviously fashion is something that's always changing and evolving. I mean, would you say it's really a talent to be able to stay on top of it for 30 years and understand? Or are there some things about it that never change?
There are things that never change. Really, when you look at something to buy it, when you go to the shows and stuff, you want to always imagine someone shopping with you buying it. You don't buy for an unknown client. You don't buy something saying, oh, if I buy this, I'm going to have 6 foot tall, 120-pound people running into my store to shop. You know, you have to look and say, who do I currently see shopping, who's going to buy it and who's going to fit into it. And you also don't want to victimize people. You know, you don't want to put something on them just because it's in fashion, though it's not flattering or attractive. And, you know, a lot of women will bring me a page out of a magazine and say, oh, you know, I want that. And I'm like, well, that model, that was custom made for the model, and she's 16 years old and, you know, not really your body type. You know, why don't we get you a version of it that works for you?
On the flip side of that, and I could see this personally being a challenge for me, do you have to avoid buying something that you see that you like, but might just spend the next 2 years on the rack?
If I see something I really love, I buy it in my size so it can go home with me.
There's that. There's that solution.
So there's that advantage.
Yeah, that is true.
But it's funny. Whatever, I'll buy things, I say, oh, I love that. And then I end up selling them. I mean, I had an outfit on one day, and a client come in with her husband. He goes, well, I like what you have on. So I went in the back, took my outfit on, put it on her. She came out, and he goes, oh, but it's not quite what. He goes, it's the earrings. So I took the earrings off, gave her the earrings.
So that's
He
customer
bought
service.
everything.
That's customer service, really. And would you say that's what makes you unique and kind of stand out?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's, you know, and she looked well in it. It wasn't that she was buying it and didn't.
Right.
We're brutally honest. I mean, I've
That's
had
important.
fights with clients where I'm like, no, you can't. And they're like, yes, we can make it work. I'm like, it's not going to work. No, take it off.
I have to say, and Kate was joking with me about fashion earlier and my knowledge there, and I do know some of it.
Oh, I know.
But
I know you do.
I do have to. This is such a great outfit, and I've never seen anything
It's beautiful.
really
Yeah.
like it.
The great
Explain
military,
what you're
like
wearing.
Civil War
Yeah.
jacket. I love it.
Yeah.
But is this something that you would offer at the store?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's 3 different designers that we carry, and
wow.
the belt is 20 years old. It's from a designer I had them. I like to have people mix and match. We know what people own, so I'll have someone come in and bring me something from 10 years ago, and I'll say we can update it with this or add to it, and then some things will say, it's time to let it go.
Right.
It's just they get separation anxiety, and I'm like, gotta let it go.
After 30 years, are you now
Tired?
completely there's that too. Completely doing wardrobes for, say, the next generation of your...
Yeah, actually, I always have. I mean, my clients go from 25. Actually, my eldest client at 97 died.
Wow.
And she used to always say to me, Diane, when I don't care about a few things for the next season, it's time to go. So she would always come in and get a couple. And she was a client for 30
amazing.
years. So
that is amazing. And now, speaking of 30 years, what are you going to do to celebrate that big milestone?
Well, we're doing a fundraiser with the Glass House. We're going to have it at the store September 17th, and we're also doing an online auction where I've gotten a lot of the designers I've carried over the years and currently carry to donate, and 100% of the proceeds will go to the Glass House.
Which is a very important piece of New Canaan's history, designed by Philip Johnson, part of the modernist movement that New Canaan fiercely fought, and it now really is one of its crown jewels.
And when I opened, I used to see Philip Johnson in town all the time. We usually were ordering lunch at the same time. And a lot of the designers, Christian Siriano, who won Project Runway, is going to come out and present some of his things. And they were influenced by architecture. So we're calling it Form and Fashion.
Oh, that's awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah, so it'll be great.
Looking forward to
Well,
that.
Diane, again, tell people how they can find out more about your business.
We have a website, larmoisnewcanaan.com. They can walk in. We're very friendly. And, that's it. Google us.
Great.
Go to Larmois New Canaan.
Great stuff, and great to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Diane
Lots of fun.
Roth of Larmois joining us. We are right here, about 80 degrees, beautiful sunshine in downtown New Canaan. Kate, you couldn't ask, with the days we've had between Darien last week, Wilton yesterday, New Canaan today, you could not ask for better
No, we've really
days.
lucked out.
I mean, these are Chamber of Commerce days. These Chamber of Commerce directors are really doing their job.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. All right, John, we have our next guest.
Ron Rosenfeld of New Balance. Ron, good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you guys. Nice day.
Beautiful day.
Sorry, Kate.
No, go ahead.
Ron, I remember when New Balance moved in, when you guys set up, and you guys from day one have jumped with both feet into this community and really done all you can to be a community store.
Yeah, my wife and I
downtown.
have fallen in love with this community because they get it.
When you say that, what do you mean?
They support stores that really understand and give back. And I've done it my whole life. I used to have a store in Stanford. I used to raise money for wheelchair athletes and things like that. And when we got into New Canaan, we found out there was like 500 families that have special needs kids. So bingo, that was our core motive to start doing our All Out for Autism race.
Wow.
And that's coming up?
August 21st. It'll be our 7th year. The first couple of years, we raised money to build that fitness path up at Waveney Park. Right. It's an outside exercise area.
Yes.
And now the money this year will be going towards a children's special needs playground inside the YMCA that they're doing with their expansion.
That's a great idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you choose that cause? I mean, what you said you just saw it in this community.
People were coming
Right.
in, moms, and buying shoes without their kids, and then coming back, exchanging them. And after a while, you start asking why. And they said, we have special needs kids, and a lot of the retailers don't want us bringing the kids in because they're disruptive.
Wow.
I said, that's not the way we operate. I said, we make special appointments. If you think it's that bad, I'll stay here after hours. I'll come to your house. I'll do whatever I want. And from that, it just generated.
Now, that's really special. I mean, not every store is going to do something like that.
I still deliver to people's homes right now.
Really?
I mean, if you're in retail, it has changed. The landscape of retail is a lot different than it used to be. It's going back almost, if you're going to be like a mom and pop, you have to network and know people, and they got to know you, and they go, you know what, I'll go support Ron and Tina.
Mm-hmm.
It really has come full circle. I remember when I was editor here, writing editorials because people were bemoaning the empty stores that were here years ago, and then driving past them to go to another town, to go to a big box store. And I kind of said, well, if you're going to want the mom and pops downtown, you're going to have to stop driving past them and stop there and shop.
Gotta support them.
And you're seeing that, and I think that's part of what
and that's
you love.
now you're dealing. The big box stores don't even hurt us anymore. Now it's the internet.
Yes.
It's the convenience of the internet and the lack of loyalty or relationships. So when I tell people I will come to your house, fit you, and deliver the shoes, I have a customer for life.
Wow. And what kind of participation do you get in the All Out for Autism
We'll
race?
have over 600 people come
That's
down.
great.
And what's really nice is become a community event. So out of 600 people, 400 of them will walk it just to support it. We get the field hockey team, the swim team, the track team, and then probably the top 100 really compete in it.
Wow.
But they're there, and that's the thing. And they've come out consistently for the events that New Balance has sponsored here.
Yes.
And New Balance, really a regional business, I mean, in Massachusetts, right?
Yeah, they're out of the home office is out of Boston, Austin, Boston. And Jim Davis, who's the owner, he's a sole owner. It's not a public held company. And they've always been involved with grassroots environmental stuff and getting back into communities.
Now, as I remember, you guys tend to have quite a bit out during the sidewalk sale down there at the corner of Main and Elm.
Yeah,
Is that
we
the
open
plan?
up and we put a tent up on Elm Street
Yes,
also, so we
that's right.
spread the wealth all over.
Oh, good.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying that and saving me.
Yeah.
No, I remember because I've bought some New Balance stuff here on the sidewalk sale days.
Yeah.
But it's great to see you come in and really give the community, give back to the extent
I feel
that
if you don't have the compassion for people, you should not be in retail. And there's a lot of retailers that don't get that, and that's why they're gone. And I think you're going to see that as the things evolve in retail communities, and you can see it already driving Fairfield County. There's a lot of empty stores.
Right.
So unless you're doing that special service and giving people a reason to really support you, it's going to be hard to do business that way, any other way.
One more plug for All Out for Autism?
Yep. All Out for Autism, it's a 5K walk or run. We also do a little quarter mile for the special needs kids, which is 15 minutes before. And then we have a special event between the Ron Rosenfeld team against Tucker team from Chamber. We're going to be breaking boards, like breaking barriers for special needs kids.
Oh, I love that.
And that's going to be at 6 o'clock.
Well, Ron, again, how can people get to your store? Tell us where you are.
We're on 128 Main Street, New Canaan, with big parking lot right across the street behind the mobile station, and they can walk right across. And like I said, if you have a senior citizen or somebody who can't get to the store, we will come to your house.
That's amazing.
Love that. I love that.
And how
Ron.
can people sign up for the autism?
Go to www.newcanaannewbalance.com.
Great.
Ron Rosenfeld, New Balance, New Canaan, thanks for joining us. We're going to step out for a minute,
you.
come back, and continue to get you ready for the Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale. The golden anniversary coming up here in New Canaan. Right now, you're listening to an expanded coffee break on HANradio.com, streaming live on the Hersam Acorn Network.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332. And online at stratfordsmile.com.
Did you know that taking dance lessons is a great date night idea? Arthur Murray Grand Ballroom of Greenwich is a fabulous place to learn to dance and meet new people. Located at 6 Lewis Street, our studio is staffed with professional instructors ready to teach you salsa, waltz, rumba, hustle, tango. There's a dance for every season. And we are rated #1 on the Knot.com. We are the wedding dance specialists. Take advantage of our new student offer, only $49. Call 203-769-1800. Visit us online at arthurmurraygreenwich.com.
It's grilling season, and Walter Stewart's Market is your local destination for the finest grill-ready certified Angus beef strip steaks, skirt steaks, 100% grass-fed ribeyes, all-natural pork ribs, Arthur Ave-style kebabs, fresh-cut veggies, delicious grab-and-go salads, chilled rosé wine, and ice-cold craft brews right next door. Walter Stewart's, your fresh local market. 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and shop online for groceries and wine delivered to your door at stewartsmarket.com.
It's easy to advertise on HANradio.com, reach 263,000 listeners each month with our sports programming and talk programming. Call Marianne Hersam at 203-417-5199.
A variety of food trucks, hands-on activities, live music, plus top superstars of women's tennis and the Men's Legends event. The 2015 Connecticut Open presented by United Technologies, August 21st through the 29th. Get your tickets today at ctopen.org.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com.
Welcome back to an expanded coffee break. HANradio.com, streaming live on the Hersam Acorn Network. John Kovach, Kate Chaplinsky, Rob Adams, Eric Gendron with us. We've got Andrew Frateroli, Dan Gardella, Marty Hersam, Elizabeth Cote, Mary Ann Hersam. There are certain families, Kate, that you don't talk about New Canaan without talking about them. One of them joins us right now, Carl Franco of Franco's Wine Merchants.
Nice to be here, guys.
80 years.
Wow.
On Elm Street.
Yep.
Which is just amazing.
Some days I feel like I've been here all 80.
Yeah. Now, it started as a grocery store, right?
Right, in the 20s.
Prohibition had a hand in some of that.
Yeah, so day after Prohibition, my Uncle Albert, who was the founder, drove up to Hartford, got a license to sell alcohol, and came back down and started up Franco's.
You've got a picture of that first day someplace, don't you?
We have lots of pictures everywhere.
You've got a lot, and
yeah.
Carl's just become a real source. And he's a great follow. If you're into the history of New Canaan, Franco's Wine Merchants on Twitter?
On Twitter, yep.
On Twitter.
Just Franco's Wine
Franco's
Store.
Wine.
Merchants didn't fit, yeah.
Yeah, but great photos that Carl has. Some really that nobody'd ever seen.
Yeah, well, I just came across, just digging through the old family house, and then I know you've seen them and following me, and just old parades and Memorial Day parades, old World War I parades.
That one's amazing.
And some just some really interesting photographs that they're just fun to come across, and people really enjoy seeing them.
Now, obviously, the business has changed a lot, I'm sure, over the years, and even recently with, new laws. I mean, what have you seen kind of be the biggest changes?
Well, just that I would have to say so much of it is cyclical, because I think when the law, back in after Prohibition, it was still big spirits. I mean, it was rums, it was bourbons. I'm not sure so much vodka those days. I mean, when you watch the old shows and movies, it's rums and bourbons.
Right.
And then we really went through a period not too long ago where the focus was on wine, and a lot of the wine growing regions of the world just started to emerge. Australia, South America, in addition to the ones like the traditional French, and of course California has certainly grown over the past 30 years or so, and but now it's kind of back to the spirits, the single malt scotches, the bourbons. I mean, that's what the younger crowd is going back towards. There's always this saying that you don't do what your parents do, whether it's what you drink, what you eat, how you shop. You do what your grandparents did. Because no one wants to do what their parents did. They want to be different.
That's a good point.
So,
yeah.
I think that's how all these cycles stay.
Bourbon
on.
really has taken off in the past, really just the past couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of small little distilleries have been popping up, or maybe they've always been there, but now they just see their chance to expand, and
right.
They've been trying to expand their production and expand their reach.
Speaking of small manufacturers, small producers, how do you keep up with the craft beer craze that really hasn't shown any sign of slowing down?
No, it really hasn't. And once again, that's another industry that's always popping up. And, not too long ago, I was just watching, I can't remember where I was watching. It was somewhere on TV, and just how hard it is even to pick a name for all these breweries, because there's just so many, copyright infringement laws that are coming up, because they just sound, you'd think you come up with an unusual name, and there's someone else out there who already has it going. So there's plenty of them around to try, and once again, it's just every week someone's coming in wanting to know what's new and wanting to try something different.
And you've always got new and different things. How do you keep up with that?
You know what? A lot of it is, a good amount actually is from customers themselves. They said, I had this wine, I had this bourbon, I had this beer, and so we do find a lot via that way. And then, of course, we have good, we're as good as our people who supply us are, and they're very good at. They're salesmen. I mean, of course, they want to sell anything they have, but they do bring a number of good products to us, and it's still a trick to decide what works best for us and our clients, and then we put those items out, and people are always, they come in because our staff knows is very knowledgeable about whether it's the wine or the spirits, and that's what they come in for.
Now, bigger question, do you have to taste test everything?
You do. You do. It's not all bad.
No, I can see that.
Now, how do you guys maximize sidewalk sales? Because you can't really put a lot of what
you can't put
sell
any.
out based on a law.
Right. I always say that if I could sell margaritas on the street that day, I'd make them in. But
yes, you would.
But you know what? It's we go out there with just our soft drinks, and we always do a wine tasting in the store because, as you know, traditionally it's usually a very hot day, and so we always have a wine tasting in the store, and we tell people to come on in out of the heat and take a break. And tomorrow we're having one with California sparkling wine, the Chandon. We have their Brut and we have their Rosé.
Nice.
And Chandon kindly supplied us with plenty of their Chandon sunglasses, so we'll be giving those away with each purchase.
Nice.
Very nice. Franco's Wine Merchants, and that I always got to check the 130 Elm Street, 80 years, which is just
incredible.
Awesome.
Yep. It's it's what I know both my brother Rick and I kind of feel we're just, people always ask or just say we're the owners and whatnot, but we always feel like we're just the current caretakers of it, and hopefully there's someone down the line in the family that is going to be coming up and taking over when Rick and I are done.
Well, you've got those businesses here. You've got you guys. You've got Carl Chevrolet. You've got Stewart's Market. You've got the Hersams with the New Canaan Advertiser. It's just generation upon generation doing business in this town. There's something special that's keeping people here.
Yeah, I mean it's well, it's really the townspeople in New Canaan. I mean, it's really nice to have them shop in town and see their support. We really just appreciate everyone really doing the shop local thing. And, I see it, and, you definitely, your customers. I mean, we know them all, and we appreciate them coming in, and appreciate them coming back in again.
Carl Franco, Franco's Wine Merchants, thanks for
John.
stopping by.
Nice.
All right, same here. All right, guys.
Coming to you live on an expanded coffee break from downtown New Canaan. We're right in front of the New Canaan Playhouse. We're right in the middle of Elm Street. All of this will be a pedestrian mall Saturday as the 50th Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale brings everybody out into the streets. True community. The restaurants will be set up outside. Al fresco dining is the norm here, with the restaurants having tables set up along the street, which the people in New Canaan love when the tables are outside.
Yeah, and we have a man in a chef's coat right here.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, John.
Luis Lopez of Chef Luis, thank you so much for coming by.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Pleasure. Thank
How
you.
much do you enjoy the sidewalk sale when you can move it outside? It's got that al fresco atmosphere.
Well, it's one of the probably best times of the year to be, showing people what we do. We really do this because I think it's a service. It's a lot of people walking around, they're hungry, and we like to expose our type of cuisine, what we serve people. It's not about making money tomorrow. It's about having fun with everybody that's coming into town. And we're going to be serving a couple of surprises.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Can we get a sneak peek at all, or is it secret?
Probably not until tomorrow.
All right.
Tell us about Chef Luis. What's your menu like?
Chef Luis, well, if you hear the expression mutt, okay, and basically that's how we recognize the name of the restaurant. It's a fusion. I used to work for Soleil, couple of doors down. I used to work for them, and then from them I took some of their the concept of fresh Italian food, and very good into Latin spices, Latin flavors. So I use a fusion of American, Italian, little French with the Latin flavors. So we have everything. And later this year we add on a couple of Mexican dishes. So we have a little bit for everybody.
Wow.
Nice kids menu, very well balanced kids menu.
That's important.
So
yeah.
That's what we do. Yes.
And now the restaurant business can be tough. So how do you keep customers coming back?
It's basically, it's not a restaurant. The restaurant belongs to the customer, and we do exactly as they request. We know customers like, for many years. I know what they like. I know what they eat. Children, I see the children grow up. They go into college, and kids they go kindergarten. So I know exactly what they like, what to eat, and then that's what we do. It's all service. It's all about them. If they don't come to eat, then we cannot pay our bills. We won't be in business. So that's the main key. Taking care of the customers, serving the customers, because it's all about the customer. So you give them fresh food, good service, and also we have a nice bar, so you can come
That's
over, have a
important.
couple of drinks. Yes.
What's a favorite dish that people order the most?
You know what? It really is different. Some people come for pastas. Some people come from salads. Lunch is what we call as a ladies' lunch, because we have really nice salads. The pastas are very light. One of the main dishes now that become very popular, some tacos. You will say tacos, right? But we have a little twist on our tacos that's different than the ones they out there. So that's very, very popular with them.
Very cool. Now, where can people find you?
129 Elm Street in Canaan.
All right.
Best town.
And surprises coming up tomorrow. If people are at the sidewalk sale.
Get ready, and maybe some margaritas.
Oh, might have to swing by. Swing by.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure.
Well, thanks so much for coming by and talking with us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Well, John, can you believe it? That was our last guest of the day.
And I have a quick note to drop in that I saw just come across, Kate and John. A crash on 95 southbound in Greenwich between exits 3 and 2 has closed the right lane. So an overturned truck, 95 southbound.
It's going to cause a lot of problems on a Friday afternoon.
Thankfully, but still there will be plenty of rubbernecking for sure.
Yeah, it'll be backed up both ways now. Okay, that is going to do it from downtown New Canaan. Kate, what a great stretch here, really, to dive into New Canaan. 50th Annual Village Fair and Sidewalk Sale, Saturday. Monday, coffee break. HANradio.com.
We're in
streaming
Ridgefield
live.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow in Ridgefield. You got it.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com. The leader in local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut.